Hello, everybody, and welcome to this presentation of NACL Hockey on twitch.tv/NHL Gamer. I'm Drew Goldfarb, joined by Nick DeMaio, rather. Great way to start this thing off. I asked you before that, but it is DeMaio, and also known as F5 Penguin. Nick, we got a couple of great matchups going on tonight. What are you most looking forward to?
We really do, and it's great to be alongside you here tonight, Drew. I'm honored and privileged to be working alongside you. I'm excited for this matchup. Listen, we have some great games for you tonight, my friends. We have Montage Moment taking on 6 Cents. We're following those two games first, and then we'll be continuing the progress of 6 Cents as they take on Entourage. You know many of these teams well, many of the players well. If you've been around the esports space for a long time, these are going to be some good games.
And we've seen, we like to ask the players before they play these games if they have any kind of notes, anything they want to add, say, to the other teams, to their teammates, just to fans that are watching. And we've seen a little bit, some of these guys have taken the opportunity to just say, we're hoping to play a really good game. And some of the guys have said, you know what, I want to do some more cool tricks. That would be Nuge from Montage Moments. We're going to be able to look forward to that. And we've also seen people saying, they're going to try to embarrass the other team. That is something we're going to be looking forward to in this contest. It's a different approach from different players, where some like to be a little bit going in, I'm the best, you're going to have to show me otherwise. And some like to be like, you know what, I'm just going to show you I'm going to be the best.
You know, one thing I like about esports, Drew, is the fact that we don't have that canned response media coaching that you might be used to in the NHL locker room. We just got to get pucks in deep, get the forwards going, got to make quick changes, quick passes. No, these guys are out sometimes for blood, sometimes to be a little bit crazy, and it adds a little bit of competitive factor to the games.
My favorite comment, though, the SKB the goaltender for Montage Moment, who just said that, remember, goalies are people too. Because you know what? Sometimes we forget. Goalies are people too. And that's something in these trying times in the world that we should all make sure we remember.
You know, in a world of uncertainty, trying times, unprecedented circumstances, one thing is for sure: we can come together to give goalies a chance.
So let's talk about this matchup that we're going to have first. Montage Moment, 6 Cents. When you're looking at the way these teams stack up, what is it about that jumps out as we're taking a look at Montage Moment on your screen now?
You know, some may say that Montage Moment may be the all-stars of esports, and that's not to not give credit to the other teams, but these names are pretty well known in the space. I want to point out a couple of them that you probably know already. Nasher61 here, as he says, he brings to the table a great core of forwards around him in Cosmic and OFS, and of course, we can't forget the defense. Michael Nugent, some say one of the godfathers of esports creation, on the left side, and alongside him, Gergs, and then our favorite give goalies a chance, SKB, tending the pipes.
And yeah, it was Nasher who had the quote of, we're going to win this matchup and make them look stupid while doing it. So that's a guy who's incredibly confident, not just in his own performance, but in the teammates that he has surrounded himself with. 6 Cents, basically, when we're looking at them, we're talking about them. We've seen from Dupe77, when asked what they've won as a team, his response was simple. It was just one word. It was everything.
It is everything. And when we talk about 6 Cents, the key I call out here is the defense in Dupes and Vaporize. These are two players that can be an offensive threat and also shut down the blue line defensively. Expect a lot of trapping and a lot of opportunities for them to get the puck ahead quickly. They are snipers with their passes.
And we have talked about that just in the lead up to this. This is my first call for an esports NHL game. Have been part of the NHL, of course. So we were talking about the differences between the two, having watched a number of them. And when you're talking about the strategies, the differences that you see in that, the trap does play a key. And when you've got that really strong defensive pairing that can really shut down the opposition, that comes in huge when you're talking about matchups like this.
It really does, Drew. And when we talk about NHL 20, for those who are joining us from maybe a different perspective, we do talk about the game rewarding opportunities. So the goal here, and for lack of a better pun, is to shut down those opportunities. So expect some mid-trapping play, especially from the high-performing teams. They know how to work the game, and they know how to take opportunities and maximize on them.
And you're seeing the defensemen, too, for these teams, that they could still put up some offensive numbers, even though they are shutting the other team down. That is kind of the key, is to minimize the opportunities for the other team and to kickstart those chances going the other way, as you see the stats for both sets of defensemen. When we're looking at the forwards in this game, we talked a little bit about what we're expecting from Montage Moment. What do you see on the 6 Cents side of things? Who jumps out at you there?
6 Cents right there, the Shadow himself, Cosmic. He is somebody who is a threat. He plays two-way hockey, coach, as they say in some of the famous movies, but more importantly, he has an ability to score goals. And I do expect them to center a lot of attention around Cosmic, and it's what's gotten them 17 points so far in the season.
That's incredibly impressive numbers when you consider the average shots on goal for a game might be somewhere in that 12 to 15 range. And you talk about putting up a goal a game and an assist a game. That is really some top-notch work that we have seen from that team so far this season. So a really strong matchup, a really good one. Are you expecting any differences when you're going into this as far as this is the first matchup of the night? Is there any kind of things that you're trying to work through? Is there maybe some surprises you could throw out if you're either of these teams going out for that first game of the night?
That's a good question, and it's hard to say. Every team goes about this a little bit differently. Obviously, there's been a lot of warm-up games prior to this. I know Montage Moment has been looking forward to this matchup for a very, very long time. They're excited for the big stage, to have them here in the primetime feature for the game. But more importantly, I think they play their games. You know, teams know what the game's going to bring them. There was a little bit of a patch change. It's something to look at. But more importantly, the teams have played. They know what's up. And there's a little bit of a feeling out process, especially in the bigger games. They kind of figure out what the other team's going to do. But the question on my paper right now, trap game. You know, you look at this, a lot of people say this might be a 2-0 sweep in favor of 6 Cents, but I don't think 6 Cents can put their eyes to Entourage already. Montage, they're not favored in this matchup, but I will say the talent on that squad might put up a good fight.
Taking a look at the goaltenders for today's contest is we've already talked about SKB quite a bit. What can you tell me about General? Just when you look at these
pretty
numbers.
Interesting here. Yeah, definitely. Looking at the numbers, you look at General, 4 shutouts, and that's a rarity in NHL. Yeah, we have low scoring chance or low shots per game, but typically you're going to get a couple of goals in here and there. That's not the case for Mr. General himself, shutting it down in the pipes, and I do expect a great performance from him. He's had all of the starts so far, 8-1-1, and that is the record of the team.
Yeah, when you're seeing those save percentages, and if you're maybe a first-time viewer coming in from watching the NHL games, and this is kind of your first exposure to 6v6, when you're looking at the save percentages for the goalie, those numbers are actually pretty strong. What you're looking at from that kind of situation, because these teams, when they do get scoring chances, they are really good opportunities. And of course, it is EA Sports NHL 20, so there are going to be certain things that are way tougher to stop in a game than there are maybe out on the 200-foot sheet of ice.
Definitely. And going into the season, the question mark was General, you know, a veteran without the championships, without the accolades, without the star profile. So far, I can't complain. He's first in the league right now in save percentage, so that's something to say.
Yeah, it's really impressive when you're taking a look at that. As now we're breaking down the centers here. We've taken a look at the wing pairings. We've taken a look at the defensive pairings, down to the centers right up the middle. What jumps out at you about this matchup here?
You know, you look at the points differential, but that's not to say that Mr. Reap himself won't be a factor here. I do expect big performance, but I do want to turn my attention over to the center for Montage Moment. OFS, 6th in the league in assists right now. He's able to feed the puck to his wingers, and that's kind of what I was talking about earlier, centering the focus around those wingers to generate scoring opportunities.
And those difference in numbers is just difference in styles of play, is it not? Because when you're talking about OFS, he's just a huge numbers contributor. And when you're looking at the other side, you're talking about Reap. It's just, I mean, this is a guy who won the Hart Trophy in season 12 for PSN. I mean, this is a guy who plays the game at a really high level, but calls himself a two-way player. So it just may not translate when you're talking about stats on a screen.
Yeah, and sometimes those stats don't necessarily translate to the reality of what we're seeing, especially in NHL 20. Sometimes those intangibles get more hidden, but you'll see that on the ice. A lot of success playing that two-way hockey you mentioned.
So this is going to be a really intriguing matchup. 6 Cents taking on Montage Moment. And of course, 6 Cents we will be following the whole night as they will be taking on Entourage after that contest is done. So before we get into things here, just when you're the team that has an extra set of games, because you mentioned it, I wanted to go back to it, where you talked about not being able to look ahead, because even if you're favored to win this series, you don't want to be caught looking ahead to the games that you're playing on later on tonight. Is that something that if you're Montage Moment and you've got these 2 featured games, and then your opponent has to go on and play 2 more featured games, but you're done with those, is that something that you can really take advantage of, especially in game 1, maybe out of the gate?
It's hard to say. I want to say yes for somebody like Nuge and like Nasher who play for these moments. They play for big moments. They've been around these big moments, and when you have this opportunity to do something and showcase what you're capable of, I think you want to give your best show when you're featured. I do think that's a little bit inside any competitive esports player. But I flip the script and look at the other side. This is a 10-year team you're playing against. 6 Sense, this is not new to them. They have 6 titles. They've played with the perfect storm. They know what this is about, and they're ready for it, I think.
They are a veteran presence, and it's going to be interesting to see what they can do in all of the games that we've got for you tonight. Drew Goldfarb, Nick DeMeo coming to you, twitch.tv/NHL Gamer, bringing you some great NACL hockey. And I, for one, am incredibly excited to see these contests. I've been watching them for the last little while. It's great to finally be a part of a broadcast because this has been really exciting. The abilities, the differences in the style of play here is really what jumps out to me from kind of jumping into this whole world. So I'm really looking forward to it. If you're going to reach out to a fan, if you're trying to basically say, what can you expect just from this first contest? If you're trying to give someone who's maybe tuning in, seeing these teams for the first time, second time, or maybe it's just been a little while, what are you expecting? What is the key for either of these teams to come away with a Game 1 win?
You know, you're in for a treat tonight if you're a first-time watcher of esports for NHL 20. These teams are really good, so you found the right game to watch. The key to the game, I think, is 6 Sense capitalizing on a team that is not doing as well. 6-4-2 for Montage Moment. They started the season 6 Sense at a 6-0 start. Had a couple of top teams last week, went 2-1-1 in the process. So they're looking to rebound from that slide in contrast to the beginning of the season. For Montage Moment, however, they have something to prove here. This will give them another win. This will move them up the map, make them a formidable opponent on the grandest stage of them all here in prime time. And I think this one can go either way. I'm not going to hedge my bets on any one team just yet.
I like that, the grandest stage of them all. It is WrestleMania weekend, and this is the place to be. I love it. I really appreciate it. So, by the way, no spoilers in the comments if you're seeing anything online. I've been on Twitter's silence for the whole day, trying to avoid anything in the early parts of night 2 for WrestleMania.
Well, now you just set it up for them.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm just going to have to just tune it out and zone in because we've got some great hockey coming your way. It is time for Montage Moment and 6 Sense Game 1 of 2 between these two teams. And then, of course, after that, we've got Entourage taking on 6 Sense. Drew Goldfarb, Nick DeMeo with you. And Nick, any final thoughts before we get into the actual play? Because we're about ready to start.
We are. One thing I would really like to see right now is Montage Moment getting really aggressive on the forecheck. I think that will generate some scoring opportunities early and put 6 Sense on their heels. We'll see if they do that tonight.
All right, so here we are. We are ready for some NACL hockey. You're taking a look at the team in the very bright colors in white. That would be Montage Moment, and there is 6 Sense as they are getting ready to play here. Drew Goldfarb and Nick DeMeo with you on the call, and we are all set for Game 1 of our featured contest in the NACL here on twitch.tv/NHL Gamer. Let's get it going. Montage Moment and 6 Sense, the face-off at center ice, and we are underway as the face-off is won back by Montage Moment. Skating up with it is Gerds, making some nice passing as they enter the zone, but a quick turnover as we were talking about that strategy-wise. Can't just dump and chase. You've got to try to enter the zone with possession, and we saw a turnover immediately on that first attempt.
Yeah, dump and chase, really not a strategy a lot of teams take opportunity of. If they see someone going quick, they'll get them there, but otherwise they're carrying in the zone.
That first shot going wide of the net. That was Nasher taking the opportunity. And now going the other way, we're going to have 6 Sense. They have entered onside. Nice little setup pass, trying to set it back, looking for Fog, but that was a turnover. And now the puck is in deep and skated out by Montage Moment. Long pass intercepted at the red line, and now some contact as that trap that we were talking about comes into play. We're basically waiting for teams to get into the offensive zone because it's a battle for the puck until you cross that blue line. And now you can finally set something up. Here they go. Vaporize with it, setting up, or excuse me, that would be Gerds in the corner, and now losing it. Puck picked back up, trying to center, but that one intercepted. Very good defensive positioning on that possession right there by 6 Sense.
Yeah, a lot of great defensive positioning. Gergs was looking for Nuge to kind of follow up there to drop it low. He wasn't there, so he just put it back on net and stayed in the slot. That was a great opportunity, just didn't get it home.
Now resetting one more time, Montage Moment. We are nearing the halfway mark of period number 1. Nasher's entered, and now we're going to have an offside. So we have about, 7 minutes nearly in EA Sports time gone by. Still 0-0. We have seen a shot go wide. We've seen a little bit of possession attempt from Montage Moment as they re-enter. Anything surprising so far as we making some nice little dangles, but that pass going all the way down. So what have you seen anything that's been a little bit odd to you at this point so far?
Nothing written so far. The aggressive forecheck is kind of what I expected. But right now, just kind of a little bit of a feeling out process.
Really good intercept by OFS in this high slot area to avoid that pass that was going down towards right in front of the crease. Montage Moment now setting things up with that nice steal and takeaway. Here's an opportunity from the slot. That shot may have been deflected wide and towards the corner. Battle for it along the board, seeing who comes away with it. It is going to be 6 Cents, and they're coming out the other way. Making that pass was Dupes, and now Vaporize will drop it off to John Bree, but it's turned over, and now going back the other way. Nice little collision at the blue line as that trap really coming into play, really forcing those turnovers at the blue line, making sure that no one can set things up. That Montage Moment does not actually get that scoring chance as the puck now almost in deep, but it's taken away just inside the blue line and skated on ahead. Really good job there by Nasher.
Yeah.
Really good poke check as well. Yeah, good job to make sure that he did not get that rush on that play. Re-entering the zone and now trying to set something up, trying to get down low, but that defense just collapsing. Really good job. Maybe trying to go for a one-time feed in the slot. The shot goes just wide. Really good opportunity, perhaps the first of the game, and Montage Moment unable to capitalize, but the second chance effort also ends up going just wide. Nasher with a pair of chances from the low slot area on those one-timers.
It's a lot of great opportunities. Nasher hasn't hit home on 3 shots now, but aggressive forecheck like I predicted there from Montage Moment. 6 Cents is reeling.
Incredible opportunities, and if they get those shots on goal, they may be pretty dangerous because those one-timers in this game can be absolutely deadly. 6 Cents, final 3 minutes of period number 1, still a 0-0 game as Fog will just dump it on around, but it's taken away and now bumped ahead. Nice little board pin to force that turnover, well, at least a loose puck. That shot ends up whistling wide. The first really good shooting chance for 6 Cents in this contest, but it's now quickly the other way, and that one thrown on goal, but turned aside by General. 6 Cents moving up. Final 60 seconds of period number 1, still scoreless. Going for that dump and chase here, but Montage Moment is able to get there, and they will skate it out. One last rush, entering the zone. Nice feed, cross-ice Cosmic. Tried to get it in, but really well defended. 4 seconds, that shot goes on goal, kicked aside, and the first period comes to a close with the score 0-0. And we have seen Montage Moment in period number 1 coming up with some really, really strong scoring chances.
That was a flurry of opportunities by Montage Moment. Not really what I expected from 6 Cents defensively. They shut down a lot of the outside play, but left the slot open for a couple of big chances. The shots do not reflect the scoring opportunities there. But on the other side, 6 Cents, you saw that there. Vaporize able to generate a little bit of offense, got the puck in, just didn't get it to the net. But they've got to slow things down if you're 6 Cents right now. Do not overcommit if you're Montage Moment. Slow it down on their side and make sure you don't get caught on the transition. That happened twice. But otherwise, great period for Montage. If this was boxing, I'd give it 10-8 Montage Moment.
Definitely at least 10-9, and probably I agree with you. 10-8 might be that a very well-controlled first period by Montage Moment. Let's see if maybe they can capitalize on some of that energy momentum as period number 2 is underway. 6 Cents will get the first rush of this game, or this period rather, as entering with it is Fog, but he's going to play it back. That long shot from the point ends up going on goal. Interesting animation, but the save was made by SKB.
Great push by SKB to come up to the center of that crease and make the save. Otherwise, that might have tipped in. They're able to keep the game tied.
We'll see if they go with that set play off the draw here, maybe trying to set something up on a one-timer. They don't. They end up trying to tie up and rush with it, and Montage Moment will exit the zone. Trying to get it in, but unsuccessfully because really well defended by 6 Cents. I believe that was Vaporize making a really nice play, and here he is. This is Dukes with the puck, and now played in and behind by Fog. Fog skating with a one-time feed. That's deflected the loose puck. Shot from beneath the goal line. A really good opportunity for John Bree, trying to maybe bank it off one of the players, but could not end up getting that one on goal. A nice rush, though, by 6 Cents and a couple of good chances. Montage Moment trying to get out of here and trying to get back into the offensive zone. First 5 minutes has gone by, and they have entered successfully. Aiden O'Neill with it. Excuse me, Cosmic. And now it's turned over. 6 Cents going the other way. Nice little back skating by Fog as he's going to keep that puck away and keep possession. We've got a delayed penalty coming against Montage Moment. 6 Cents keeping possession of the puck momentarily, but there's the whistle, and there is the penalty. So if you're going with the man advantage, what is your strategy now that it is not 6v6, but 6v5?
Puck control, get the forwards moving and out of position, score.
Very simple, and I like the way that was put. So a 2-minute man advantage for 6 cents, but Montage Moment able to clear the zone immediately off of that defensive zone faceoff. Now entering offensively, Fog with it. He has it poked away from. Really nice steal in the corner by Montage Moment. They've played some really solid defense here in the first half of this power play.
And Montage Moment needed to stay out of the box in order to have the chance. They lead the league with 54 penalty minutes, now 56.
Huge hit by OFS and a really nice steal, and he almost turned that into a scoring chance of his own shorthanded. But another penalty is coming.
Oh, no.
This is going to be as that first one ends, so we're going to be very shortly a 5-on-3, but that one, I don't care if it's real hockey or if it's EA Sports hockey. When you're 175 feet from your own net, you cannot be taking a penalty.
35 goals against, fifth most. You have to stay out of the box.
Quick scoring chance off the faceoff, but it's nicely turned aside by SKB. And we are still at 5-on-3, just 5 seconds remaining in the 5-on-3. So someone coming out of the box, if Montage Moment can get this faceoff win, they'll have someone at center ice immediately. Well defended just in case that had happened, but 6 cents with the faceoff win. Winding and firing, a slap shot, a rebound as it was deflected off a body in front, still loose, and is finally cleared out by Montage Moment. A couple of chances, and I don't know, Nick, if a puck actually got on goal in that flurry of chance. Very well defended down low by the defense.
Might have been a kick save, but great clear by Nasher. Great defense.
6 cents resetting, 45 seconds left in their second power play. There's a one-time feed and a goal. Fog is going to pick up the marker, and it is now 1-0 as they could not capitalize on the first power play, but power play opportunity number 2, and it is goal number 1 of the night.
That's a great goal, great pressure to keep the pressure on Montage Moment, put them on the heels, and now 6 cents in control of the game with a 1-0 lead.
Just too long of a man advantage to give a team like 6 cents. They're going to capitalize at some point, and it took them about 3.5 minutes, but they managed to pull it off, and it is now 1-0. Montage Moment trying to react, but here's 6 cents on the break-in, and he does not get the shot on goal, as it is going to be a penalty shot.
Oh,
unbelievable. No. This is going to be exciting. Here we go on the penalty shot. This is John Bree moving in, fakes, takes the shot on the forehand, and he scores. Love the celly as well. That was a beautiful move to fake out SKB, and he ends up just putting it over the pad for goal number 2 of the game.
SKB might have been thinking that he was going to go backhand. He didn't, stayed forehand and just put it above him when he went for the sprawl.
John Bree capitalizing on the penalty shot. So we've seen 1 for 2 on the power play in this period and a penalty shot goal. And 6 cents again firing on goal, but that one may have deflected off the post and ends up being taken out of the zone by Montage Moment. They have got to regroup and set something up here as we are in the final 6.5 minutes of period number 2.
Plenty of time left in NHL, that's for sure.
Over a period left. This is the middle frame. 2 goals scored in this period by 6 cents, both somewhat with a man advantage, one with the power play, one on a penalty shot as SKB makes the nice glove save and hangs on with 5:17 to go in the second. So final quarter of this period. What are you looking to do if you're Montage Moment? You've got a big defensive zone faceoff you got to win here.
Win the faceoff, get control of the puck, and do what they did in the first period. They kind of get off their game for a second there. And 6 cents rebounded from that first period, got control of the game, and now they're in a commanding lead.
They did win that defensive zone draw, but 6 cents with the steal at their own blue line. And here's a break-in opportunity, but a really good defensive back check and poke check delivered by Montage Moment, preventing what was essentially a breakaway chance for 6 cents. Setting up in the corner, trying to maybe go towards the slot area, but it's now taken away and then stolen back again as Montage Moment moves it out. Trying to set up in the offensive zone. That one-time feed was intercepted. Reading it the whole way was Fog. He's going to move in, tries to make a couple little moves, but has it poked away. Very well defended on that break-in.
Gergs with the great defense on that play.
Really well defended. And here's an opportunity, maybe looking for that long breakout pass for Fog, but it was just out of reach. And it goes for an icing as we are at 1 minute to go in period number 2. Montage Moment now with a big offensive zone face-off chance. It's on the right hand, too, or if you are Nasher, are you trying to get back towards the slot area?
Yeah, get out to the right, and hopefully it's open for you, but there's the push.
Nicely played, but still won by Montage Moment and set up down in the goal line area, but really well defended by Vaporize, pushing the player off the puck, and now moving the other way, 6 cents. Final 5 seconds of this frame. Will they get one more scoring chance? No. Montage Moment with the steal, and that will do it for period number 2. An eventful second period. 6 cents scoring 2 goals, one coming at the tail end of a 5-on-3 that was actually 5-on-4 at the time, and also scoring on a penalty shot. An incredible special teams period for 6 cents.
Great special teams indeed. This is just 6 cents doing what they do. Who can stop the team when they are balanced as they are? All the forwards coming into this game had 11 goals. They know how to play the game, and they did that there in the second period. It's kind of like they were feeling out Montage Moment for that first period, Drew, and just kind of getting a feel for what they were going to do, figured that out, shut it down, and then capitalized offensively on those power plays.
Only 1 shot on goal for Montage Moment in that period. 6 cents that had 0 in the first. I believe that was 8 in the second. So a very different second period for 6 cents. And I agree with you. I do think that maybe that was a situation where it was let's let them throw what they've got at us, and then we will respond to it. We will be able to adjust to it and play our game, knowing what they're going to be doing for this contest.
Stat line here to tie into that there, Drew, is SKB faces about 14 shots a game. There's 8 in one period. So he's got to hold tight, and Montage Moment needs to get their forwards activated and kind of cut into this lead, at least by half to start the third period.
And we do have 20 minutes left to go. Montage Moment down 2-0 to 6 cents. They win the faceoff here and entered the zone offensively. Very well held in by the defenseman as well. That was Gergs holding the zone just barely. That shot is deflected, well defended by John Bree, who had that penalty shot goal. Here's Montage Moment, but they have it poked away. Good defense from 6 cents on that opportunity, blocking the one long shot from the point and then intercepting passes and just poking the puck away. Montage Moment, again, re-entering the zone. So great defense that we've seen from 6 cents, both in the last period and in the first couple minutes of this frame.
Montage is unable to get anything set up right now in the offensive zone. They had a little bit of a flurry there, as you saw, but the Vaporize is able to get to the puck quick. They move fast, and they shut down the half boards, and that's generating them regaining control of the puck.
Montage Moment with the offensive zone face-off, but it is taken, well, at least it's poked out towards the boards by 6 cents, so no set play coming from that. Nice steal, the long shot is turned aside and held as Montage Moment's Nuge got that shot on goal, but General was aware because that was a quick shot off of an interception. That was dangerous.
Nuge getting up into the play, something he wanted to do in that second period, just couldn't get it going, and that generated a great scoring opportunity.
That one-timer was very well defended by 6 cents. They try to go right back down low and get that quick movement as we have an offside against 6 cents. 15:44 to go in period number 3. A 2-0 lead for 6 cents. Both goals coming in period number 2. So we've seen 6 cents now playing that really strong defense. Again, Montage Moment having some chances, but not getting them on goal. And when they do, really good job by General standing strong against those tests. Here's an opportunity. 6 cents in front. Another chance, and that backhander was thrown on goal, but turned aside as Fogg had the chance. But SKB making sure to keep his team in it because 2-0 is very different than 3-0.
SKB going to work right now for his team. I got to tip my hat to him. He's able to hold off the waves and keep things level for right now.
Another chance here for 6 cents, playing it behind the goal line and now playing it around the boards, trying to set up a nice passing lane here for 6 cents. Moving with it is Fogg. Nice poke check, but he gets it right back, but it's finally taken away by Montage Moment, and they will move it out. Trying to possess the puck is Nasher as he crossed the blue line, but ends up being taken away anyway and moved on ahead. 6 cents breaking in, maybe a 2-on-1 chance. That lane for the pass was defended, but that shot opportunity was taken. Another chance, the long one from the high slot area turned aside as 6 cents got that shot towards the net and finally on goal. One-time fade and on the board finally. Montage Moment, Nasher crashing the net and scores on the one-time pass.
Want to walk all the way back to what happened at the beginning of that play. Nuge breaking up a 2-on-1 with a great poke check. SKB 2 saves, 1 from out of position. Then the big feed up. OFS to Nasher puts it home, and now we cut the lead in half. That was a sequence here in this game.
Unbelievable, and it is now a 1-goal contest. A 2-1 game. Tons of time for Montage Moment here. 11:20 to go in this third and final regulation period, as Montage Moment had a lot of really good opportunities in the first period. Not a lot to speak of in the second, but here in the third, they have come out and at least they've gotten on the board now. It is a 1-goal game and very, very doable. Here's a chance for Fogg as he's going to move in, drop it back. That shot from the point is turned aside. A really nice shot and some D-to-D passing there for 6 cents. But again, SKB doing his job here in the third period. Montage Moment moving the other way. Poke pushed off the puck a couple of times, but they take it right back. Opportunity down low, getting behind the net with it and trying to circle, taking the shot from the point area. It's turned aside and held by General. Really well played there, as we are going to have, I believe, a timeout here taken, is what it looks like, because now with just under 8 minutes to go, this 1-goal contest, Montage Moment has been pushing pretty hard.
Yeah, they really have, and this is the mentality they were trying to do in the first period, kind of fell off in the second period, and here we are, half of the lead in. We have plenty of time left, and if you're 6 cents, all you gotta do again is slow down the game. If you're Montage Moment, those big forward passes going from D to forward in the center ice generated that big scoring opportunity, and here we see it coming to fruition finally. And that timeout was by 6 cents, by the way, kind of resetting the momentum. Smart move on their part.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to be able to regroup, but here's a steal by Montage Moment in the offensive zone, and then taking it right back. 6 cents clearing the zone and now skating in. John Bree, he's got 1 goal, setting up feed, and that shot ends up going a little bit wide. A really good opportunity for 6 cents, but Montage Moment moving the other way. Final 6 minutes in the slot. Nice deke. That shot ends up being pushed aside. Good save by General. Rushing in was Cosmic, and now moving out the other way as 6 cents. We're going end to end on this game. Fogg back to the defense, skating it back. Really good job and maybe kill some time, but a big steal by Cosmic. They've got to get back on side and reset things here. 4.5 minutes to play in this third period. A 2-1 game. 6 cents has seen their lead cut in half in this exciting third period. Nuge gets it into the zone, but ends up losing possession as it was just trying to dump it in, and that does not usually work in this game, but this may work in 6 cents' favor. Another power play chance here in the final minutes of this game. That is really rough for Montage Moment.
One of the keys to this game was staying out of the box for Montage Moment. So far, they haven't been able to do that. See if they can make the kill here.
Cosmic did manage to skate it into the offensive zone, but ended up losing possession. 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go in period number 3. Montage Moment, really good defense on this penalty kill, but they can't just kill it off. They've got to be trying, and here they do as they throw it to the slot. It ends up now beneath the goal line. Loose puck scooped up by 6 cents and skated out, vaporized with it. He's going to make the pass out of the zone up to Fogg. Nice little dangles and dekes as he crosses the blue line into the offensive zone. Final 30 seconds of this power play as it's turned over. Montage Moment skating it out. Cosmic entering the offensive zone. Got to set something up. Final 90 seconds of this third period. Montage Moment about to be, and now back to even strength. 5-on-5 hockey. 1 minute to go in period number 3. Trying to capitalize and close out this game as John Bree centering feed was intercepted, and it's now going the other way. Montage Moment, 50 seconds left. Entering the zone offensively. Drop pass. Trying to get it down low. Maybe trying to set up that little one-time feed towards the slot. Down low, the shot goes off a body and wide. 38 seconds left. Puck in the corner with Cosmic. He has it taken away. Really well defended. 6 cents moving out. And Dupes dumps it back towards center ice. 30 seconds to go. And Nuge will reset. Final 26 seconds. Maybe one last rush for Montage Moment as they have one more chance to try to force overtime in this game. A delayed penalty is coming against 6 cents. One-time feed goes off a body and wide. The puck is still loose. It's now in the corner and finally touched by 6 cents. And with 14 seconds left, Montage Moment will have an offensive zone faceoff and a power play.
This is a crucial moment for Montage Moment, for lack of a better word choice right there. This is critical if they win this faceoff, the biggest faceoff of the game right here, as chat just said, as I was saying it, oddly enough. But this is the time now. Montage Moment, I would argue, outplayed most of the game against 6 cents here tonight so far, and the penalties killed them. This is their rebound moment.
Dupes going off, and that's also pretty tough to lose a defenseman when you're in this kind of a situation. 15 seconds or so left on the clock. One more chance A fight opportunity offered, but not accepted, of course. Montage moment with 10 seconds left. Trying to get one more chance. Drop pass, down low the puck. Hooked aside towards the corner. 6 Cents clears the zone, and they will hang on to win 2-1 as 6 Cents comes away with the Game 1 victory over Montage moment in what turned out to be an absolute thriller.
This was a great game to start the night and a great first game to call with you, Drew. I think this is a good introduction for you into esports. This is what you want to see, and we saw it here tonight as you look at one of the saves here on your screen.
General really coming up big in net. He faced, I think it was 8 shots based off of what I remember seeing on that last graphic. And he really stood tall in this game. A big third period flurry for Montage moment, but 6 Cents doing their team celebration. I love it. The dominoes were falling. That's what we were looking at with the on-ice celebration. But the team's getting reset. So now as we're going towards game 2 between these teams, what do you have to do to put this game behind you if you're Montage moment? Or do you need to put this game behind you because they had a really good first period and a really strong performance for a lot of the third period as well?
I think I like what a lot that NACL does is they play 2 games back-to-back against the same team. So you get to learn a little bit from your previous game and maybe apply some of that to the next game. Effectively, you're playing 6 periods of hockey against the same team, so you can kind of do a little bit more than you would if you were facing another team in the same night. I think if you're Montage moment, you go with what got you those offensive chances, and you just clean up those penalties. I mean, yeah, one of the goals was a penalty shot, but that was obviously from a tripping penalty on a breakaway. But you have to stay out of the box. This is what we talked about at the beginning. This is now 58 minutes of penalty minutes they've had, 37 goals against, which is now 4th most. You have to spend more time on offense, especially against a team as dominant as 6 Cents.
Drew Goldfarb, Nick DeMeo with you here for NHLGamer.com with your NACL broadcast. That was an incredible first game to be able to call. But yeah, going back to your point, that it was realistically, if they don't take penalties, if they don't have to take that trip that led to the penalty shot, because you can make the argument that it's either a breakaway or it's a penalty shot. Either way, maybe a coin toss on a goal, maybe a little bit still favoring the shooter regardless, but maybe about the same as if they just give up the breakaway and let him go in clean. So yeah, going clean though, that is realistically, that was the entire difference in this game, was the penalties that were taken way away from their own net. And also, obviously, that penalty shot goal.
Yeah, definitely. And when we talk about scoring the game, like I kind of did at the end of the first in the first intermission, it was 10-8 one way in the first period. I'd say it was 10-8 the other way. At the end of the day, though, Drew, it doesn't matter, right? In esports, in NHL, in checkers, it's all about the victory. 6 Cents was able to make the most of those discrepancies, those chances that they gave 6 Cents, and they won this game.
Well, checkers is all about victory until the day your younger brother or sibling beats you, and then it's just a moral victory. It's like, no, I taught you. That's what it's about. But just to correct you on checkers, because, not that I have a history with the game or anything or any deep-seated... No, I'm sorry. Anyway.
You want to talk about it? You want to talk about it? when you see the king double jump from the brother, then it's a problem.
Yeah.
I get it.
Well, the first time my brother... Yeah, no, for my brother, it's actually more with these. It's more with NHL, because I taught him how to play video games, and the first time he beat me, that was a moment. But now I've actually beaten him like 3 straight times in NHL 20, so, take that, Alex. What are you gonna do?
Esports ready.
Exactly. We are ready for this second contest. Are you expecting 6 Cents to do anything different? Because Montage moment, what we saw in that game was really impressive. We talk about them needing to just cut down and eliminate those penalties that they took. If you're 6 Cents, have you seen something that you can adjust to? Is there something that you're trying to adjust in your own game, even though you just came away with the 2-1 win?
I don't know if there's a lot you have to adjust if you're 6 Cents. I think defensively they played phenomenally. Obviously, those scoring chances that Montage moment had from the forecheck didn't amount to many opportunities in the net. So if you're 6 Cents, you do what you did. I think this is a tale of 2 teams continuing their game plan to figure out which one breaks first. And for Montage moment, if they can half this series, that's a success for me. If you're 6 Cents, if you can go 10-1-1 on the season, that's what you want to do.
Absolutely. And this is going to be, that first game was outstanding. So very interested to see what these teams can do in this next game. Now, as a reminder, it was period 1 of game 1. Montage Moment led on the shots department 3-0 in that. Montage Moment, now the home team, I don't know if maybe playing in front of their, I'm already seeing this arena. This is very well designed. These colors are amazing. So get your sunglasses ready because we are going to the home of Montage Moment for this one. It is all pink and mint green for this contest. Game 2, Montage Moment looking to even the series and pick up a win at home against 6 Cents in this contest. And of course, as we said, those keys to this game, if you're Montage Moment, no penalties, or at the very least cut way down on those penalties, because it was 2 and the penalty shot they gave up, and that was the difference in game 1. But we are underway for game 2. 6 Cents now, the team in white, as we have a very quick whistle for offside. Montage Moment in the black and crazy. I think I want some like Girl Scout cookies looking at these guys. I don't know what it is.
It's very 80s. 80s neon Miami Vice.
Miami Vice, yes, all right. Missing the NBA already. Is that one-time feed towards the slot ends up being poked towards the corner. It does look like the Miami Heat's Vice jerseys. These are absolutely incredible. Here it is, Montage Moment setting things up behind the net, down low. Nice little pin attempt and good pressure, but well taken as Nasher plays it back. D-to-D pass, that long shot may have deflected off a stick, but it is turned aside by General. Still a chance here for Montage Moment. There again, first period, big pressure. That shot goes off the skate, and now going the other way is 6 Cents. John Bree with it. Nice move to get away from the pressing defenseman and played around as 6 Cents setting up in the offensive zone. Played back in deep, looking for that opportunity, trying to wait. That one-time feed, nice turn aside, was there, and really nice stop on that second chance by SKB is sitting on the doorstep was Fog.
Great play right there for SKB to keep them in the game first and foremost, but they were working the puck, was 6 Cents in the offensive zone, and that led to that chance.
Trying to set things up, maybe looking for that set play, win the faceoff back to the D, going over to the wing, but could not get the shot. And now Montage Moment exiting the zone and entering offensively. Here's Cosmic. He gets knocked down as the puck is loose and then held up by General. No reason to take any chances with that one, with a couple players swarming right around your net early on. We're seeing a lot of pressure offensively from both sides in the first few minutes of this contest.
Yeah, we are, and that was Gergs with stepping up into the zone, taking that hard clapper, and a big glove save by General. Keep this game scoreless so far.
Montage Moment now exiting their zone and entering offensively, but offside. Maybe get a little bit too eager was Nasher as he was trying to rush in and set up that one-time feed.
Nasher just trying to use his speed to get around the defense, got a little bit ahead of himself, but expect more of that through the neutral zone.
Face-off won by 6 Cents. Breakaway chance for and the backhand, and it's turned aside. A great save made by SKB on that breakaway. Montage Moment trying to get towards the slot. A really big body check is delivered. Knock the puck loose, but it's picked right back up by the home team. Montage Moment trying to dangle, set things up. That shot attempt is well defended. Really good job playing that one by Dupes to keep that puck away from his goaltender.
Heads up play by Nuge, though, to buy some time in the offensive zone and look for the open man. That's Nuge's veteran prowess and ability right there to see the play. He has time, find the winger, and he did with Nasher. Nasher just couldn't put it home.
Nuge did say that his key to victory was doing more cool tricks. So that appearing to pay off as he was buying some time in the zone there.
And it looks like we might have someone on 6 Cents lagging out, so that's why you saw the dump out of the zone, and it looks like they're going to reset the game here as someone did lag out, unfortunately, in tonight's matchup so far.
Well, you know what that means? That means that this is now a best-of-3 series, although we had a tie in the first one. So I guess if we get an overtime point, like on the NHL's rules with the loser point, maybe that's how you could look at it. It was 0-0. But what did you see differently in that game? Maybe now that we're going into game 2B, what can you learn if you are Montage Moment or 6 Cents about what you could do now in game 2B as we get ready to reset and get back into things?
You know, I saw a lot of speed in the neutral zone in that little flurry that we did get to see of game 2B, or 2A rather. But what I liked to see, and it happened, was Montage Moment getting their defense activated. We know that Gergs can score. We know that Nuge can do things with the puck, as he likes to say he can do. And we saw that. We saw Gergs with a big slap shot. We saw Nuge buying time. What we did not see, though, is a little bit more from Reap's offensive production and creating chances. I didn't really see Reap too much so far in that game. I do expect him to get a little bit more involved in the play, but he's been silent so far.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see that the unbelievable amount of, I think each team was trying to come out really just with that, as you mentioned, the speed and trying to come out quick, start quick, because Montage Moment used that to basically set a tone that they were going to be really involved in game one in that first period with the offense that they put out, the pressure that they had put on. And it was interesting to see both teams doing that here in the first period of game 2A. And now in game 2B, it'll once again be interesting, as I think that the players have reconnected. I believe the one who had disconnected has reconnected. So hopefully we don't have any more of those connectivity issues between these teams, because it has been incredibly exciting to watch so far. And we did see in those tests, and talking about the offense, when you got that speed, the goaltending playing very well through that, part of the game 2A that did not happen, that little bit of a warm-up period that we saw for these teams. The goalies really, again, standing out as making sure that they were up to the task. We saw a couple really nice saves made in that early part of the first period that doesn't technically count.
Yeah, I'm not too clear on where they're gonna fall and where the game's gonna restart. I think oh, it's gonna be a full restart here. I'm getting patched in notes here, which is kind of the cool thing about technology. This is gonna be a brand new game, so everything you just saw, forget all of it. It doesn't matter. It was
Everything.
Just a warm. Yeah, it was a warm up. It was a practice. We're talking about practice.
Not a game. Not a game.
Now it's gonna be a game.
Now it's a game. Now it's a game.
Yeah, we'll be back in right now.
One. Yeah,
that's right.
Don't forget what you saw in game one. That still happened. That was incredible. What you saw earlier was just a figment of your imagination. Now we're going in to game number 2 for realsies this time, I promise. As you see, 6 cents in white, 612 career goals. That's quite the stat that just got thrown up. 449 for the center for Montage Moment for OFS.
Some Yager numbers.
Yeah, that's seriously. There's only a handful of guys who could ever really attest to having those kinds of numbers in their life, and that would be including juniors and playing as a kid, and probably scoring against your siblings in the
One thing I can say about NHL players, Drew, at least esports players, they definitely live for it, and they're really good, and they play a lot of games.
Montage Moment, a really quick chance by Cosmic right off the draw, and they're still offensive. That shot ended up going just wide. Gergs with it. He's going to dump it on in, where it's picked back up by Cosmic. He had that really good rush to open things up in the official game number 2. Gergs getting it, going D to D. Nuge setting up, getting it down low. That one-time feed. He was Nasher a little bit higher than I think he may have thought he was. He was looking for that one-timer cross ice into the other side of the slot. 6 cents now, setting up the offensive zone perhaps for their first offensive chance of this contest, but instead, Montage Moment with the steal, and now moving up. That's OFS, getting it back towards the center, and the shot ends up going just wide and off the glass. Cosmic was there down low again. Cosmic leading the way and setting up these offensive chances for Montage Moment.
Definitely, and as I said, you saw the defense getting really activated here in the first 5 minutes of the game for Montage Moment, and they're just moving the puck well across the ice in the offensive zone, moving it quickly and getting to the puck.
15-13 to go in the official period number 1 of game number 2, and a nice little tie-up off the draw to win the faceoff for Montage Moment, and they'll have to play it back and try to enter the zone onside. Doing so is Gergs. Well, he wasn't onside. He did enter the zone, but he was offside. We will have another whistle and another faceoff coming just outside of the 6 cents end. So good job by 6 cents here, at least off in the last minute or two, to try to make sure that Montage Moment doesn't enter the zone without that challenge. Really good job on that trap. But here comes Montage Moment in the slot, going forehand to backhand. That nice little feed, and was turned aside, and the shot off the side of the net by Cosmic, and it's now moving the other way. 6 cents with it and skating up as they cross the red line and now the blue line. Good chance for John Bree. He had that penalty shot goal in the first game. Tried that little spin move to throw it on goal, but SKB was there to kick it aside, and it's going the other way. Montage Moment exiting the zone. That was the first real chance of the game for 6 cents. Cross ice dump in, and Nice little pin there, but 6 Cents trying to move it up as they maintain possession and clear the zone back towards center, where it's intercepted by Montage Moment and taken up. Nice huge hit just inside the blue. That was delivered and hard by Vaporize. Here's an opportunity. Fog setting up, back to the point. Vaporize with it, moving it in, and it ends up in the near side corner. Well, the fan side corner, I probably should say. Dupes with it. Takes the long shot, got deflected, and ends up going on goal. Up to the task, makes the save, and Montage Moment moving out. Now entering the offensive zone. Nice little poke check delivered by Dupes as the puck comes back towards center. And here comes a nice little charge after it as the puck is loose in the corner and taken away by 6 Cents. Back to the point, D to D, and back again. That shot is turned aside. Good job with the butterfly by SKB to kick it and push it towards the corner where Montage Moment is able to play it out. Final 6 minutes and 30 seconds of period number 1. A nice steal, Montage Moment down low, backhand, they score! Cosmic with the opportunity off of the huge steal, and he has given Montage Moment their first lead of the evening.
Great heads-up play by Cosmic to not lean back too far into the neutral zone. He stayed high, and he was able to steal that puck, put it home on the backhand. What a great shot over the sprawling goalie General.
Not really much General could do on that one. That was absolutely gorgeous. A huge pressure steal at the blue line and just skating in all on his own. I don't know if there was anything General could have possibly done to have made that save. That was just an outstanding effort by Cosmic, and it's now 1-0 Montage Moment.
And now Montage has the lead, like you said, for the first time. Let's see what they do while they're ahead now in this series.
6 Cents enters the offensive zone, but turns it right over, and Montage Moment entering the offensive zone of their own. They will get it in deep, but turned away, and taken away, rather, by 6 Cents as they get it back to neutral ice. Another turnover is this battle in between the blue lines. That's something that we've talked about. The battle between the blue lines is huge when you're playing 6v6. It is ongoing, it is constant, and it is the way to make sure that you can... I mean, really, that's got to be where you start with your strategy, is it not?
Since we keep making references to older things, this is like trench warfare for 6v6. That neutral zone, who's going to break first, what's going to happen next, and what do you do to react when the trap does break? That's what you're seeing here in this game tonight.
Well, there is a plague, so going back to the 19 teens and turning into 1920 right now seems kind of fitting with the references, even though we're going back 100 years. But here we go. Final 30 seconds of period number 1 as Montage Moment makes the neutralized steal. They're going to dump it in, and giving chase is Cosmic. It's going to be able to put some pressure on 6 Cents, but not enough to take it away. Final 3 seconds. Will they get a shot on goal? A puck down low, turned aside, and maybe a rebound chance as well at the buzzer. But a great save is made by SKB as he stands tall to close out the period, because that was a really good chance at the end of that period for 6 Cents, who outshot Montage Moment 5-2 in the frame to try to maybe even things up at the buzzer.
Yeah, they did outshoot them. They tried to get that last-minute scoring chance there. Almost got one past SKB, but he was able to hold that skate onto the post and reject that shot. Something to note here, while they were outshot, yes, but great scoring chances for Montage Moment, despite the fact that only 2 were registered on the tally.
Absolutely. I was actually kind of surprised that there were only the 2 shots on goal in that period, because Montage Moment had a lot of really good offensive chances in that frame. And of course, they were the only ones to capitalize. That's the most important number on the score sheet. It's goals, and it is 1-0 Moment as we begin period number 2. Montage with it here as they cross the red line, trying to enter onside, and they do. Well defended just inside the blue line as it's taken away, and 6 Cents moving up. That's Fog. He's bumped off the puck, taken away, and moved up. Well played at the blue line, and we're going to have a delayed penalty, and now a power play for Montage Moment, the first time we've seen that. So this is what we saw 6 Cents capitalize on, was the man advantage in game number 1. Montage Moment with a chance to perhaps do the same in game number 2.
6 Cents only has 22 penalty minutes, the second fewest going into the game tonight. We'll see if Montage Moment can capitalize. 12% of the power play, 8th in the league.
Really good job, though, by 6 Cents here in the first little bit of this power play. They won the faceoff in the defensive zone. They cleared the puck after holding it for a moment. They've cleared the puck again, and here, with possession behind their own net, big slap shot off a body, slows it down and ends up clearing it back to center ice. Another turnover, shorthanded opportunity perhaps, 6 Sense skating in, at least trying to kill off some clock as they do that successfully. 90 seconds gone by in this 2-minute man advantage, and Montage Moment has had 0 offensive opportunities. 6 Sense really doing a great job of shutting them down.
Shutting down the penalty for sure is 6 Sense right now.
6 Sense killing it off entirely, 0 shots on that power play for Montage Moment, and 6 Sense now can look towards the offensive zone, trying to get in with it. Successfully they do, but then turn it right over down low, and Montage Moment exits the zone and cannot enter on side, and we have a whistle at 14:42 to go in period number 2. So we saw 6 Sense in game number 1 using successful power plays to take the momentum away for themselves. Maybe the same with a penalty kill when you take Montage Moment and keep those shots off the goal, but there is another opportunity for Montage Moment. As I was saying, maybe had the energy off of a neutral zone faceoff. They immediately turn it into a chance as it is turned aside by General. One-time feed in the slot, it's kicked away as well and back up high towards the point. 6 Sense maintains the zone. Here's a chance, skating in with it, and we're gonna have a delayed penalty called against Montage Moment, so a holding penalty coming against them as 6 Sense not only immediately turns up the heat after killing off the penalty, but ends up drawing a penalty and setting up their own power play in this contest.
And you don't see holding penalties too often in this game. That was just them trying to slow things down. You can almost feel a penalty or a goal was about to come from that flurry that 6 Sense had there, and it resulted in a penalty for Montage Moment.
Montage Moment doing a good job of clearing the puck here as 6 Sense is on the power play for another minute 3 of NHL 20 time here in the NACL as it is turned over just at the blue line, and Montage Moment with a nice little backhander to clear it the length of the ice. That kills off a lot of time, and you can get those really slow clears that go about 100 feet or so in rink dimensions anyway. Really good steal here in the offensive zone. An opportunity on the... But it's well defended and cleared out by Cosmic. He did a great job of getting in the shooting lane because I thought for sure 6 Sense had a great chance there. Good job beating out the icing call here by 6 Sense. They're going to set up in the offensive zone as they're back to 5-on-5. Good steal again by Cosmic, and he's skating up right in front of the benches. Centering feed, all alone in front. The shot turned aside, the rebound. Cosmic was looking for that quick backhand wraparound. That animation is always a good one to go for, but he can't capitalize, and the puck's going the other way. 6 Sense down low. Now trying to slow it down maybe a little bit. Setting things up, trying to perhaps look for that one-timer. Maybe trying to find an opening, winding up for the slap shot, but had it stolen away was John Bree. As wow, we had some end-to-end action there at the end of the power play chance for 6 Sense. Love seeing trying to beat out the icing. That was a really good job of utilizing having a player so far down to try to beat out that icing and immediately set up the offensive zone.
And that's a very common play you'll see in the game. You'll see they call it an Omaha in some places. Otherwise, they call it a little bit different, but you'll see that.
There was a quick shot that was turned aside. Well saved by SKB as John Bree found himself in the slot, taking that little wrist shot on goal. But SKB up to the task as he has been in this game, and he's done a really good job, not just in this game and in the game that technically didn't happen between this one and game 1, but also in game 1. He's been outstanding tonight.
He really has. SKB really performing, standing on top of his head sometimes to make some of these stellar saves.
Montage Moment will go for the dump and chase effort there, but that's why you don't usually see it. That one immediately cleared out by 6 Sense and actually cleared on goal where SKB had to play it. So SKB getting involved not just in making saves, but in now starting an offensive rush here. Montage setting things up down low at the goal line. Huge hit delivered, very body check made by Vaporize to make sure that puck was knocked loose and get it back towards the neutral zone. Another huge hit delivered. Love the physical play, even when it's digital, whether it's digitally or physically, the physical big contact hockey. Just love to see it, especially now when don't have the NHL. It's great to see these big hits delivered in any capacity.
Even virtually, you can kind of feel some of the hits that they have in this game.
Absolutely love it. Final 8 seconds of period number 2. The quick shot is turned aside as that was a really good chance. Montage Moment will just waste down the final moments of period number 2. But as 6 Sense did at the end of period number 1, they tried to close out period number 2 with that quick offensive chance. Shots on goal through 2 periods, 7-4 in favor of 6 Sense. So not a ton of offensive chances that actually went on goal in that period. But I did think we had a lot of really good end-to-end play for both sides in that period.
Look, you can throw the stat sheet aside for this one, Drew. SKB seemed to have made about 20 saves that period, and he's the reason that Montage Moment is up 1-0 right now.
Absolutely. He was absolutely outstanding in that frame, doing a really good job of holding them in. I don't know if maybe they just weren't counting it because the scorekeeper that is apparently in that arena was just not feeling very friendly when it comes to giving them credit for shots on goal turned aside. I don't know who the scorekeeper is that is in there, but we're going to have him looked into by the NACL. Here we are for period number 3. 1-0 Montage Moment on top of 6 Cents, as 6 Cents controls in their own zone and now trying to exit out, trying to get something going here in the early stages of period number 3. Entering offensively, now playing back to the defense. Maybe looking for that D feed, but that long shot turned aside instead by SKB. Sometimes going for that quick shot when maybe you're got the other guy thinking you're going to pass is a good way to get a chance. Here's a chance down low for Montage Moment, and it's turned aside. Don't know if the scorekeeper's going to give him credit for a shot there, but General had to stand tall to make that stop.
I'm being told right now from our producers that they NACL will discipline virtual stat keepers if they are not fulfilling their duties.
Well, that's
literally just got sent to me.
I'd love to hear that, as we've got an offside and a whistle there as well. I think what's happening is that a lot of the chances that are coming in are being skated on goal and not necessarily an official button shot on goal. And maybe that is what the discrepancy between what we're seeing and what the scorekeeper is marking down is really doing, because that opportunity was definitely a shot. As we have a steal here from Montage Moment, the shot from the slot ends up whistling wide. That's not a shot that would count, but when you skate it into the net, it has to be poked away. It has to be defended by the goalkeeper. But maybe it just doesn't register. That one-time feed was turned aside. A beautiful pass attempted by Cosmic going between the legs. Really nice, as we're now going the other way, but a great steal is made by Nuge in the defensive zone as Montage Moment moves it up the other way. Love that little between the legs pass.
That was a beautiful pass by Cosmic off of another steal. That's his 3rd of the game, one resulting in a goal.
And they're covering up for the whistle is SKB with 12:39 to go in period number 3. Yeah, those steals, those not just turnovers, but forcing them and taking it away. Those takeaways have been absolutely huge. And Cosmic has, again, it's something that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. It is something that has been a huge key to this game, as 6 Cents setting up in the offensive zone, but turns it over. Cosmic has been fantastic with those non-score sheet things in addition to what he's done on the score sheet for this contest.
And Nuge right there just broke up that one-time surefire goal. If he didn't get his body in front, that was going to be a 1-1 tie with 6 Cents scoring that. Great heads-up play by Nuge.
Montage Moment having a fantastic game number 2. Maybe that's what they needed, was that quick false start that we had into game number 2. But here, 6 Cents with an opportunity and another chance thrown on goal, but SKB comes up with the stop as Fog was planted right at the edge of the crease. And he had that rebound chance as well. But SKB, again, his positioning has been great.
It definitely great for SKB to keep them in the game here ahead by 1 goal. If you're Montage Moment, do you start looking at it right now? I think so. Tuning down the aggressiveness and kind of slowing things back into a full trap to hold on to that lead? Or do you continue to do this? And I don't know if they'll find a hole, 6 Cents, through that noise, but it's getting close, Drew.
I agree. And when you're in the final half of the 3rd period, as we in a couple seconds now are, at least those long home run passes that may go for an icing if you miss, maybe that when you're in a 1-0 lead and you're trying to hold on, do that. But it's only a 1-goal contest. You can't just sit back and try to defend against a team like 6 Cents, because they will make you pay if you don't end up putting some pressure on them the other way, if you allow them to play 5 in the offensive zone the whole time. Here comes Moment with an opportunity. Montage getting into the slot, but it does not end up going on goal as it's taken away by 6 Cents, and they now have it in the neutral zone.
And Gerg's breaking up that 4-on-2. That was a huge breakup defensively for Gergs to get them to go back behind their blue line in the offensive zone there, as you see the replay coming at it right here from the scoring chance.
Great eye on that one. A really good breakup in that spot. Just reading that pass the entire way and making sure that that opportunity did not make it put another goal on the board, because there's a huge difference, again, when you're this late in the game, between it being a 1-0 game and having an extra goal on the board.
That's exactly right. So defense doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing right now for Montage Moment to try to get this game secured in half the 2-game series tonight. Let's see if they can bring this one home, or if 6 Cents can do what they do.
And that would be huge for Montage if they can earn the series split for tonight with a team like 6 Cents. 6 Cents trying to make the steal right around the center ice faceoff dot, but Montage Moment will take it back away, and they're going to try to go cross ice backhand dump, and they're just going to let up with it. Oh, they would be offside. They have to get back on side. So that was a little bit too aggressive. That was something that we had just talked about maybe dialing down the aggression at least a touch if you're Montage Moment and you've got this opportunity. Here comes 6 Cents. With a chance is Fog. Now play D to D up top. That long shot turned aside. Rebound. The puck is still loose. And Montage Moment plays it towards the boards. Good job. Heads up by Nuge on the defense to just keep the puck away from SKB and at least give him a chance to breathe between shots. 3.5 to play in the third period. 6 Cents trying to set up. D to D pass. Oh, in the lane was Cosmic. We could not get the steal. Huge hit delivered. And now, with under 3 minutes to go in this third period, 6 Cents trying to get something going. They've got to get on the board. The puck is loose. Ooh, that one nearly squeaked through. But a good job by SKB to recover. He was trying to center himself, and that puck just nearly glided in. But he did a great job, that rebound, to just catch himself and get the glove on it.
Wow. I'm speechless from that sequence.
Montage Moment, the huge defensive zone draw win. Here's up. Spinorama, the rebound as it was poked away. The puck's still loose, and it's in.
No.
The referee is waving it off electronically, so we'll have to see what happens here. But that puck went off of Cosmic's body and was loose and somehow gets batted in. And I believe that the electronic ref is going to say that it was goaltender interference because Cosmic was down in the crease. That was incredible. What a turn of events. And then a turn the other way. That was a 180 and another 180, a full 360. Final 60 seconds here. Whew.
I thought Cosmic had the breakaway initially, and it turned out that he didn't. And then all of that happened. It just esports, baby.
This is where it's at. The NACL final 40-second period. Montage Moment thought they had a 2-0 lead. Here comes Cosmic again on the backhand. He lights up and he goes behind, killing off some time. Really good job there, as he also had a pass to Nasher set up, but it's now taken away. Final 30 seconds. Can 6 Cents get something set up in the offensive zone? Montage Moment the steal. Here they are, just trying to take down some of the time. Cosmic at center ice turns it over. Final 20 seconds. 6 Cents needs a goal. Final 16 as they dump it in deep. Going after it is John Bree. Back to the point. D down to Bree. Back for the defense. 10 seconds. The long shot blocker down. Turned aside. It's loose behind the net. And Montage Moment plays it out towards the point. 4 seconds and 3. Last chance. One-time fade. It's turned aside as SKB hangs on. And with 0.4 seconds left, SKB goes post to post and hangs on to preserve what I can safely now say without jinxing it, the shutout for Montage Moment in Game 2.
Do they have such a thing as game-winning saves? Because that was a game-winning save, Drew.
Absolutely incredible effort. Montage Moment did a really good job of making sure that they ate up the clock when they were in the offensive zone. They got the pressure, and dance away, SKB, because that was absolutely worth it. And check this out. This save made the puck, just covering it up. A really amazing job throughout this game, but especially that last little flurry, because that once a feed. And here's the goal that got waved off. And okay, so I think that Cosmic may have technically kicked it. I don't think that they waved that off for being an intentional kick as much as the fact that he was behind the goalie, behind General, and preventing him technically from making the save.
Maybe because the goalie couldn't make the save. But I want to point out, though, that all started from the goalie with a diving poke check, which caused Cosmic to fall. So 2-0 Montage Moment?
Hey, you know what? A win's a win, right? I mean, I'm sure that Cosmic would love to get credit for that goal and make it 2-0. But I mean, geez, the way that game ended, we wouldn't have had that final. That goal counts. That was an incredible sequence of events. That final 15-20 seconds was absolutely insane, and we saw it going the other way at the end of Game 1. The shots on goal end up being 13-6 in favor of 6 Cents. And we know, as we've been told from the officials, that the scorekeeper in the house will be disciplined for not giving proper credit for shots on goal in that contest.
That's right.
But wow, the end of game one, we saw Montage Moment in desperation trying to get opportunity and opportunity and opportunity. And here at the end of game two, just the other way, 6 cents, just the pressure in the final 20 seconds was relentless. But we were singing his praises throughout the game. SKB did such a great job of standing up to the test, not just with the offense, not just in the final 20 seconds, but for the full 60 minutes. He did a really, really good job.
There was a couple of sequences there where it was 3, 4, 5 saves that not all registered, as we said, but they were coming quick, and he was able to go post to post, come out onto the top of the blue in the crease, make the big save, come back with a glove save, go to the post, make a kick save, and then pick up the rebound. I'm floored by his performance, but nevertheless, he keeps them in the game. He gets a shutout registered to his name, and Montage Moment splits the series with 6 cents. Montage Moment going 7-5-2 now on the season, and 6 cents going 9-2-1.
SKB, smelly kick butt, add that to your personal highlight reel, because that was a phenomenal game-winning save that he made there. So final score in game two was 1-0 Montage Moment picking up the win. We're going to be sticking with 6 cents. They will be taking on Entourage for another couple of games. That is coming up in just a bit. Drew Goldfarb, Nick DeMaio with you here. I'm going to get that right by the end of the night. I swear to you, I'm going to get that right by the end of the night. And after the scorekeeper is officially, talked to, I'm sure I will be as well. So
written grievance.
That's right. It's going to be a formal complaint issued. You can send an email on Twitter or something, and just a direct message, I guess, and file your complaints there. But what an incredible first 2 games. We got 2 more coming your way. Real looking forward to it. 6 cents taking on Entourage here on twitch.tv/NHL Gamer. It's been an incredible first 2 games. Really looking forward to those next 2.
Definitely. So I believe right now we'll be taking a break, and we will be back in just a little bit.
Welcome back to the NACL on twitch.tv/NHL Gamer. I'm Drew Goldfarb, joined by Nick DeMaio, also known as F5 Penguin. And we are halfway through the evening, Nick, and whew, if these next 2 games can even come close to what we have seen so far, I'm gonna need another bottle of water, I think, at the very least.
I think they will, Drew. Before we get into that, I just want to ask you, how is this going for your first time calling NHL esports?
I will say that my heartbeat is going quite a bit faster than I thought it would. It has been just electric, and it's still just going down a little bit. Like, I feel like I'm working out like that. It's like, DDP doing some DDP yoga would be telling me, like, you're doing a good job. You're in your fat burning zone, diamond cutter bang. But it's still WrestleMania week. I've still got to throw in a couple references there. Again, no spoilers in the chat, please. Thank you very much. But yeah, no, this has been, man, that was an incredible way to start. Just Montage Moment and 6 cents just dueling it out. It was incredibly competitive. We saw just down to the wire in both games, some really great goaltending, some incredible offensive moves, some really good defensive work too. That's been the most impressive thing to me, I think, is the way that people can read, the way that these defensemen are reading the play and reading and getting into the lane. Maybe it's because I'm just playing low-level men's league hockey, and that's kind of what I'm used to when it's not the NHL. But I mean, geez, the way people are kind of the strategy involved and the way the defensemen really got in the lanes to try to break those up was really, really impressive to me in games 1 and 2 and game 2A.
In game 2A, for sure. It's almost surgical the way they operate defensively, and not just the defense, but the entire team, specifically the center coming back to play support. Something I saw in the second game 2B of Montage Moment is when Gergs would come up, Cosmic would come back down and cover for him. And you don't really see that even in the NHL sometimes. That goes a little bit off the wayside. You kind of miss those gaps and you get exposed. These teams perform it with an art, almost a science level of precision, and it's something to be admired and pointed out, and a lot of people don't see that, so they don't look for it.
Yeah, that was a really great point too, because it is something that you're used to seeing that only when it goes wrong. Because when it goes right, that means that it's just a well-defended play. But when it goes wrong, you see the odd man rushes going the other way. But it was a really good job of when you did see someone step up, someone would step back, and it was just, it was a great end-to-end contest. And we had talked going into it, just for Montage Moment, just the ability to step up and to earn that split with a team like Sixth Sense was really strong. And now Sixth Sense, having taken on a team like Entourage, that's a really difficult thing to do when you just played 2 games, you split it. It was an incredibly emotional ride, especially in game 2 for either of those teams. And now you've got to face a team like Entourage. That cannot be the easiest thing in the world.
No, and I need to preface by saying this. I've been calling esports for a very long time for hockey. I know a lot of the guys on all the teams. I know Nuge. I've had grilled cheese with Nuge. That's how much I know Nuge. I know Vaporize. I know Dupes. But I got really excited when I saw that I was going to be calling an Entourage game tonight. These guys and I go way back. They are 3-time Sixes champions. I called one of their finals. One of the most recent championships was obviously Caps Gaming taking home $10,000 to the victors, which were Entourage. This is a team that I love, and I'm excited to be calling a matchup between arguably 2 insanely good teams. I'd say 2 of the best teams in NHL esports right now, Sixth Sense and Entourage, Drew.
When you talk about Entourage, yeah, that just phenomenal organization, phenomenal team, really good players. What is it about their strategy? Since we've just seen Sixth Sense play, what is different about Entourage that we may see differently in these 2 games as opposed to the 2 and a fraction that we saw in the last 2?
I think you have a top 3 goalie with Shekel. He is a force to be reckoned with. I put him up there at the top of pretty much any list that you would have for goalies in esports. You look at the save percentages, you look at the shutouts, and obviously General has 4 shutouts too. And we saw how well he plays, but Shekel's able to make the big saves. He's been playing this game a really long time and understands how to operate in that cage. And he's backed by 2 great defensemen, but I think the big highlight here is the offensive fire and powerhouse that is Hendry. I think the offense is going to focus around what Hendry can do, and oddly enough, I'm excited to see what Hendry and Fisher can do. I haven't seen those 2 play with each other as much as I've seen Hendry play by himself, and this is going to be a great matchup. I'm almost at a loss for words with what this is going to do. If you were excited about Montage Moment versus Sixth Sense, Drew, this is going to be the next step.
Yeah, you look at those numbers. This is a really, really strong team, and this is going to be really exciting because I having watched for a bit now and just getting involved in it to get to call Entourage's game is going to be something. And going up against a team like Sixth Sense that is now coming off of a primetime loss in their last game, which we just saw they split the series. They may try to come out really hot in this one, just come out really quick. And do you think that they may think that they now have something to prove? Maybe that they want to prove that they did not look past Montage Moment and ahead to this game too much?
I think so. I think if you're John Bree and Fogg, those wingers back there, I think with how long they've been playing together, they know what this is about, and they know that this is a huge game for them. I think they don't overlook Montage Moment. They didn't. And now they have another big task ahead of them in Entourage, and they're going to step up. Obviously, we're going to look at the great MP, Bone himself, able to put up some big numbers too. And that should lead to a great offensive scoring chance, several of them for Team Sixth Sense.
It's going to be really interesting to see this contest. Really exciting to see it. I think the players are starting to get ready here for this one. The offense is fantastic. The defense is really strong as well. We've already talked, obviously, about Sixth Sense. So what is it about Entourage's defense that makes them a really strong pairing?
This is the offensive D-man matchup that I've been waiting to see. We saw Vaporize last 2 games really get activated, but on the other side for Team Entourage, Regs leads all defensemen. He has 5 goals on the season so far, 22 shots, and can still throw the body with 33 hits. So he is he is someone to look at. You're going to see him get activated a lot, hopefully early in the game, and should lead to a good team effort when they try to move the puck to the net.
Going to be really interesting to see what these teams do. It is 6v6. It has been an exciting night so far here on twitch.tv/NHL Gamer. Drew Goldfarb, Nick DeMeo with you for the call on these next two games as well. We saw a split in the first two games. It was an incredible one. Are we looking at something maybe where the score would be similar? Or when you see offenses like these going head to head, do you expect to see more goals simply because the offensive potential is so unbelievably high?
I think they have the opportunity to take advantage of the mistakes at a greater scale. I think the bigger talking point here is what this matchup means, what this series means to these teams. The teams that finish the top four get to pick their first round opponents from the 5 to 8 seeds in the playoffs. So if you sweep here, you could knock a team out of the top four. And I think that's crucial because then you can look for that team and beat them again in the playoffs.
That is really big. If you're talking about playoff seeding, and especially when you can pick, that is absolutely gigantic to make sure that you get that first choice and also get rid of, a team, knock down a team that you have an opportunity to I don't want to say to be easier, because that just doesn't sound right, but to have a matchup that is more beneficial to your own team's abilities.
A more favorable optical position.
a more positive approach towards head-to-head competition that would be in your favor. I
like the way you think. Clearly you've been through media coaching. It works. It's good.
there are a number of times that you've just got to be like, what's the nicest way to put this? It's no, we're not missing the playoffs. We're looking forward to the future and building to next season. That's what you're doing if you're late in the year. It's
pretty much Ottawa for the past 20 years.
Well, except for that one time where they went to the Stanley Cup final and then blew the whole team up, and within a year and a half. If we do have Senators fans watching, I'm so sorry, because
I said that for a Senators fan that I know was watching. That was the entire reason I said that.
Yeah, it's got to be tough not having the NHL. If you're a Senators fan, is it a perk with this year's team? I don't know. But yeah, it's that's an entirely different situation. And I think we're getting close to puck drop for our game one between Untitled and Sixth Sense. So we probably shouldn't get into a whole discussion about how the Ottawa Senators destroyed what could have been a really promising built team that they had in their organization. Final thoughts before puck drop. What are you expecting game one right out of the gate?
A quick speed. I think speed's going to be the answer to this game, and I look forward to hopefully seeing a lot of scoring early on.
All right, well, the teams have taken the ice. As you can see, everybody is there. And again, I'm enjoying the uniforms here. The really bright colors for Entourage is there in white and Sixth Sense, the home team for game one, as they are in the black and the red. Here is an opportunity as the faceoff is taken and won by Sixth Sense, and they're going to play it up here as they will have the first chance to get the puck in deep. They go for the dump, and as we talked about before, just for anybody who may have joined us, not a normal strategy when you're talking about 6v6, but here's a steal as it turned into an offensive opportunity for John Bree, who had a goal. He had a goal on a penalty shot back in the first part of our doubleheader.
That's right, and the dump and chase will happen when they see that there's a defenseman stepping up. They'll kind of throw it over the top if you got speed and can get into the zone. It will work. Just very rarely will the D-men do that in this game.
Another battle there at the blue line as it's taken by Entourage, and that is Reg, who's going to be moving up with it. Skates with it, makes the feed over towards Hendry, but it's taken aside, taken away, and now moving up with it. This is Fogg entering, but he has a really good poke check, really good getting back there by Entourage to make the steal. Now setting things up, but offside. So we're going to have a whistle and a stoppage with 15:36 to go in this first period, as we are going to have a little bit of a pause here and for a moment. So nothing really on the score sheet to discuss at this point, but what have you seen so far? As we've seen one full play, one face-off taken at this point.
Definitely a lot of what I talked about, the speed. We're trying to get it over the back of the defense, trying to open up the play a little bit, because I think both of these teams have played enough times, and especially against each other. They know what to expect here, and both teams are sound defensively. So if we can just overcome that with speed, I think that's what they're trying to do here so far, and see how the other team reacts to that.
We will see as the linesman is taking his time trying to set up a neutral zone face-off chance here
Looks like we
between
do
the
have a
teams.
lag out though, Drew. It looks like Bone
Ooh.
lagged out, and I know that was something that was on their mind for a while with Bone trying to play, but I know he's had some troubles, and we're gonna look to probably reset this game. Unfortunately.
Well, we saw game 2A in our last matchup, and game 2B turned out to be an absolute thriller. So having a 1A in this matchup, I mean, that's really promising for what 1B would be between these two teams. So just in, when we're talking about this matchup, when we're looking at, you look at the records, these teams are fantastic. When you're looking at the players, the performances, just what we've seen tonight, it's been really strong as well. Now that they've got a little bit of time, they've played a couple minutes against each other at this point, maybe a minute and a half against each other in real time, and they're going to be able to reset and recharge. So what are they talking about amongst themselves as they get back into playing and they restart game one? What are they discussing to try to get things here? Maybe is there anything that you really can discuss having just come out of the locker room essentially in an esports way, maybe 3 minutes ago, now that you had to go back and come back out? Is there anything that you'd be discussing as a team?
Knowing what I know, they're probably cursing out Bone, going, "Hey, come on, man, your packet loss is killing you." I know we had 80% packet loss all day, so it's unfortunate because I would love to see him play, but it looks like they're gonna sub him out for Reap. But other than that, I think everyone's pretty much quiet. You're probably just getting a couple of sips of water or some Doritos or some Mountain Dew. Sponsor us, please, if you are into that sort of thing. Other than that, you're pretty much quiet. You know what to do at this point. There's probably not a lot of conversation happening other than them poking fun at each other and giving Bone a rash and a crap for lagging out.
Have you been able to find Doritos and Mountain Dew right now? Because I mean, I was trying to order some soda. Just every place seems to be sold out by me, at least. Just
I
can't
can't.
to stores.
I live far enough away from Tampa proper that I do have access to these amenities. Luckily, I know that some people down in Tampa don't. But the Publix here, again, sponsor us. I would love that.
I'm a stockholder.
Yeah.
Former employee.
They're well stocked with all of the essentials that I need, and I deem essentials to be Mountain Dew, Doritos, and Brownie Bites. So we're good.
That is so okay. So that's basically in your bunker. This is kind of I don't want to say apocalyptic situation, but this is
let's call it that. It's fine.
It's close to an apocalyptic situation. So that's kind of your in the bunker. I don't know how long I'm going to be here. That's what the 3 things on your desert island that you need to have.
Yeah, the 3 things on the desert island that I'm going to bring is more salty drinks. That's a great idea. Doritos and Brownie Bites, 100%.
Yeah, So I guess the fact that I've got a couple pounds of peanut butter and loaves of bread in the fridge and freezer to make sure it stays intact. That's I think yours is much more reasonable though. That's way better of an idea, is to go with the salty snacks and drinks when you know.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. I mean, well, you're in the desert, and you decided to not choose water as an option. I don't know what happened there.
I mean, I technically do have water. I won't show the label, but
because no sponsor. I get it.
Well, also, if I showed the label, people that live in Las Vegas or Nevada may laugh at me for the brand I have. But it was the only thing that was left when I went to the store to get like a 36-pack of water a month ago. It was literally the only brand left. It was one of those, if you've ever seen the memes online, it's not the brand that everybody does that with, where it's like even at the end of the world, this brand's still available in the stores. It's the one that Nevadans don't seem to like to drink for some reason. So
is that the one with the K at the beginning?
No, it's not.
Okay, not that one. Okay, gotcha.
No.
I'm with you.
Starts with an A.
Oh, that one's beyond me then.
Yeah, no, it's a local thing. We don't have, having grown up in Florida, Zephyr Hills.
Yeah, right.
That's not a thing. That's great in Florida. It's not a thing that's available here because that's a local one. So
I was very upset when I moved to Tampa from New Jersey and they didn't have Poland Spring. Very upset.
I mean, fair. I've moved to 3 different states since I lived in Florida that the NACL on twitch.tv/NHL Gamer. Drew Goldfarb, Nick DeMeo with you. Nice long pass made by Entourage, centering feed. That shot goes off of the body in front. Well defended, but a great one-time feed. And now 6 Cents moving up the other way. Again, a great steal. Really good defense early here from 6 Cents, but there's a one-time feed, and that shot from the goal line just did not have the angle, and it ended up going through, as I believe that was Fisher trying to get that on goal. Could not test General this early. Long slap shot gets deflected in front, but goes on goal, and General makes the save. One-time feed from behind, never got taken because, again, really well defended, and it will just be iced by 6 Cents. A flurry of offensive chances for Entourage, but a really good job there of them to, of 6 Cents anyway, to negate the offensive opportunity.
Yeah, as we get settled into this first game officially, a lot of quick action happening so far for both teams.
Back to the D, and the long shot with the body in front. It may have gotten tipped on goal, but it is stopped by General, and we'll have another whistle with 12:18 to go. Nice shot there from the point. You got a body, a player positioned right in front there for a rebound, but a good job by General to make sure that he did not allow a rebound. No second chance effort on that one. Here comes 6 Cents. They're setting things up. They get into the neutral zone, get in their position, and then get into the zone offensively, but it's well taken away by Entourage. When we talk about that trap, it's not just between the blue lines. It's basically between the tops of the face-off circles in the offensive zones. You've got to get it in deep as that shot goes off in front. And here's another opportunity. Breakaway chance on the backhand, and they score! Entourage getting on the board first, and it is now a 1-0 game on that great long feed, and a goal scored by Fisher.
That was George with the dish, and he served that thing hot to Fisher, puts it home backhand, and Entourage takes the early lead.
Just like that, that opportunity came out of nowhere. It was just in the defensive zone, and within a second, it went from defending to breakaway chance the other way.
And that's the thing with Entourage. They are a team that loves to play fast. So if they can do that, they're going to score quickly in transition, and you saw that there.
Puck in the defensive end for 6 Cents. They'll play it out and now skate it out. Nice little spin move by John Bree, but it's taken away just inside the blue line, and now moving up with it. That was Fisher, but now it's Reg. Skating, crosses his own blue line. Pass up to Fisher. Fisher with the goal. There's Reg back with it. D-to-D pass. Now down low. Big body check thrown by Vaporize in the corner, and that forces the turnover. Really nice job by 6 Cents. They held their position and threw the body around when they needed to force that turnover, and now 6 Cents with a chance going the other way. Puck in down low. It is loose and finally covered up and held by Shekel. Really nice body check to start that rush the other way.
Great body checking, great awareness for John Bree to kind of hold on to the puck there, wait for something to open up down low, feed it down low, and then buy a faceoff.
Spinning with it in his own end is Reg, as he will now move up and make the pass. Another big body check, and that forces the puck 100 feet plus the other way, all the way back in where Entourage will reset. Reg moves up, gets it in, and then dumps it into the opposite corner. Puck held up against the boards by 6 Cents, and they're now going to move it on out. A little passing just inside their own end, and as they try to get in the offensive zone, it's taken away by Entourage. A couple collisions, no penalty coming on that one, and 6 Cents will set up from right behind their own net and now move out. A couple of passes, and they've taken the red line. Now skating across the blue line is Fog. Back to the D. D-to-D pass, but it was just out of reach. Nice effort there. Dupes and Vaporize trying to go D-to-D on that pass, but just a little bit too far back, and it ended up clearing the zone accidentally. Final 30 seconds of period number 1. Entourage with the pass up. Now making the feed. Final 8 seconds. That quick shot from down low right along the goal line was taken, but turned aside by General, and that will do it for period number 1. We saw Entourage pick up the only goal of the frame, and it is 1-0 with 20 minutes in the books.
Entourage doing exactly what they wanted to game plan to do coming into this, scoring fast, You saw a couple of great chances. Now, on the other side, 6 Cents controlling the puck in the offensive zone, just not able to put one home yet.
Be interesting to see what they can do in period number 2. If you're 6 Cents, you're now trailing at the end of a period for the first time tonight. They trailed at the end of the third period. Well, when was that goal scored in game 2? Because we did have that restart. So was that a second period goal in game 2? So if you are 6 Cents and you're now trailing, it's not something that you've done a lot of. What are you doing differently to come out for the start of the second period here?
I think you just need to control the speed of the other team right now. Entourage, like I said, they love to move quickly. So you saw in the beginning, 6 Cents trying to dump the puck over the top of those speedy defensive men, and that almost led to an opportunity, but not quite. I think you still play that game. I think you still buy time like John Bree did on the blue line once he entered the zone, making sure that they are controlling the play. If they're in control of the play, they can slow down Entourage. Entourage on the other side wants to get that puck off of them as quick as possible. So it's going to be a game of cat and mouse. Who's going to budge first? So far, that's Entourage, but that remains to be seen if it's going to be the final answer for this game.
Is there any answer you can make to that home run style pass that Entourage used to get goal number 1 in this game?
Keep your defense back a little bit, but with the way Dupes and Vaporize like to play, they like to be offensive forward. And if that's the case, it's going to be that balance between watching that player and a little bit more communication for the D-men to call that out if they do see somebody going to get back quicker.
Here is 6 Cents in the offensive zone, but a really good pressure there along the right side board by Fisher. Forces the turnover, and it's going the other way. Centering feed from George, but that was taken away. There was nobody home, and 6 Cents is moving up the other way. Getting it in deep, but then immediately turning it over was Fogg as he got crunched into the boards, and the puck was taken and now sent all the way in to the 6 Cents end, where they will recover. Another big hit. We've seen a lot of contact, a lot of physical play in this game. I'm seeing it a lot more in this matchup than I remember seeing it in the previous one earlier tonight.
Some teams like to hit a lot more. Entourage definitely does. And I think 6 Cents is trying to match that here tonight.
Well, that home run pass was just out of Bree's reach. That was really close. You saw what they were going for, and it was basically turning it about. A home run pass going the other way. Bree had a goal in the earlier games that we saw, and it basically was born out of a breakaway chance where he was taken down. So going for that home run pass for Bree, maybe trying to switch it back the other way, but it was just a little bit out of his reach.
This is the offensive matchup for the D-men that we talked about. These D-men like to score goals, so you're going to get those chances to kind of send the puck in like that.
Shekel making the nice little stop as that one-time feed was sent towards the slot. And yeah, that was a really good opportunity, but it was turned aside by Shekel, tested for one of the first times in this period. Long shot by Entourage was turned aside. Puck loose in the slot area. Entourage unable to scoop it up, and 6 Cents will move it out. 11 minutes, 20 seconds to go in period number 2. 6 Cents gets the puck in deep, but turns it over. Entourage manages to clear the zone, but it's taken right back by 6 Cents in the neutral zone. And now they've got an opportunity. One-time feed, and they score! Fogg with the chance, and he was set up in Steven Stamkos' wheelhouse and just drops the knee and snipes it for the one-time marker, and we are all tied up.
Now, you mentioned that was a clear by George, but I think he was trying to find Hendry breaking again, and that turned into a quick transition with 2 men for Team Entourage way out of the play, and that turned into a one-time goal for Team 6 Cents.
Beautifully done, and yeah, it actually feeds into what we had just talked about. How do you counter the home run play? And it's positioning, communication, and not only did that stop the home run play the other way, but it leads to 6 Cents picking up a goal. Pair of assists on that one going to Reap and Vaporize on that one. So now 1-1 as we cross the halfway mark of this contest. Entourage has to try to find a way to respond and get back into it. When you have you can live by the home run play and die by the home run play. That's just kind of what happens when you try to make those 100-foot passes.
The cliche exists: high risk, high reward.
That was a quick little shot from Entourage, but it was turned aside. CJ was there and could not get the shot to go. Another one from down low. Hendry had the opportunity, but it's turned aside and held by Generals. We get a whistle here, about late in the second period. I think it's safe to say, as we're getting towards the later stages of the second period anyway, of this 1-1 game. Face-offs, pretty even. 6 Cents now leading 7-5 in that category after they win that one. Little bank pass off the boards ends up going back to center ice. They were trying to set something up, get their D to get the puck as they had all their forwards in deep. Entourage with a chance now. They get the puck in deep. Down low with it is Fisher. He turns it over, though. 6 Cents will clear the zone. Passing for Bree, but that just seemed to go a little bit haywire, as maybe the animation-wise, it just did not click to the stick. It seemed to hit him, but not as directly as it needed to. Entourage trying to get it in deep, but they end up getting forced off the puck. A really good pressure there from the 6 Cents defense as they now move it up as we approach 4 minutes remaining in period number 2. Entourage recovering in their own end. Backhand dump cross ice. It's nicely chipped. Really good job by 6 Cents to just chip that up. And it forces a quick play and a turnover, but 6 Cents will just send it down most of the length of the ice, where Entourage will recover and now skate it up. Bank pass intercepted. Well done by Fogg as he plays it on up. Bree with it, has it taken away, and it's going the other way in the final 2 minutes of this period. 1-1 contest. 6 Cents with the game-time goal in this frame. That one-time feed bounced off of the goaltender looking for a rebound in front, but Entourage unable to capitalize. They get a really good offensive chance with a couple of pucks thrown towards the net, and now a whistle for an offside with 43 seconds to go in period number 2.
Great defense from 6 Cents to keep CJ from scoring the goal. CJ in for Jay Claus, the all-star on the team, some would say. CJ just not able to get the puck. Great defense. I think that was Vaporize shutting that play down.
6 Cents maybe trying to get one last rush. Final 8 seconds of the second period. They may be content with just playing with it in the neutral zone. They play it in. 4 seconds and 3. One opportunity. The one-time feed was just out of reach. And the backhander did not beat the buzzer, and it ended off the side of the net anyway. But 6 Cents with one last opportunity at the end of period number 2, a period that saw them tie things up at 1-1.
Tying things up indeed. 6 Cents getting back to what they're able to do, which is take advantage of those holes. Like I mentioned at the start of this series, they're looking for the mistakes, and they did that. They capitalized on the mistake. And in NHL 20, that's kind of what you have to do in order to score goals cleanly, is take advantage when the mistake is given to you. Can you bury it? Can you put it home? They did, and now we have a tie game going into the next period.
And that is how we've seen both of the goals that have been scored so far in this contest. One was, as we discussed, maybe a little bit less communication than was necessary between the defensemen for 6 Cents, and then Entourage going for another home run play results in a turnover and a quick home run the other way. That shot really quickly from Entourage is turned aside and held by General, as right at the get-go of period number 3, Entourage getting an opportunity and a shot on goal. Offensive zone faceoff, good tie-up, and that one-time feed was turned aside by General. That's that set play that we see a lot in 6v6, where you get that winger who's on the slot side of the faceoff circle to just push himself towards the other way. The puck was there, just didn't quite get there enough for that one to be capitalized on. There's a loose puck right in the slot area, turned aside. General making sure that that puck stays out of his cage.
General really stepping up for his team right now. He was able to read that one-time set play, and then also on that play there, read those 2 saves. 6
Cents in down low. Little backhander on goal is turned aside and held by Shekels. We get a whistle with 16:18 to go in period number 3. Packed house there. We thank you so much for watching us here. Twitch.tv/NHL Gamer. Drew Goldfarb, Nick DeMeo with you here for this great NACL action between Entourage and 6 Cents, as Entourage wins the defensive zone faceoff and moves up. About 1/4 of the way through period number 3 of this 1-1 contest. Game 1 of 2, technically game 1B of 2, between these two teams that we will be seeing tonight in this broadcast. Entourage the steal in the defensive end, and now they're moving out with it. That pass well read and stolen by Bree, taken right back by Entourage, and then a really good pressure there from that was Dupes making the steal, and now moving it up. Frog with it, and now an offside coming against 6 Cents. They were trying to get a couple of guys coming in at the same time at that blue line, and that I've always found is the trickiest thing when you're playing NHL online with other people, is communicating to stay on side, but still being able to capitalize on getting multiple people across with speed.
And that's about chemistry right there. The more you play, the more you figure out what they're doing. And with Bone out and Reap in, that might be playing a little bit into this, but it's something you live with.
Nearing the halfway mark of this third and final regulation time period as Entourage does the cross-ice dump in and chases it down successfully. Hendry trying to get it in front, but it's taken away by 6 cents and moved out. Nice little spin move by Bree, and again, but it's finally taken away. He had 2 defenders on him, and it's taken and now held by Reg as he moves up. Dances around a defense and a teammate of his, but loses possession. Here comes Bree, looking to make the feed. It's dropped, and Bree with that little backhand spinneroonie from behind the net. Another one of those set plays that just the way NHL 20 works, that one is a really good way of getting a quick shot on goal and forcing the goaltender to go post to post.
And that's a big test of the goalkeeper. Shekel been around a long time. He knows how to make that save and push off to make the wraparound save, but other goalies, not so lucky.
Still 1-1, 7.5 to go in period number 3. Entourage setting up in the offensive zone. D-to-D, the one-time slapper is turned aside by General, and now the puck moving out. It's Fog entering offensively, spins, sets up, back to the D, and that centering feed towards the slot area was intercepted, and now a bank pass is taken away as the battle continues in neutral ice. 1-1 contest, 6 cents setting up. Every rush counts at this point in the game. We are probably looking at a 2-1 final at some point. Who will get that huge tie-breaking goal? Will it be in regulation? 6 cents. Bree with it. Loses possession as it was poked aside towards the corner, but a nice job stepping up and intercepting the shot, and they score! Vaporize stepping in to make the steal, and he just walks in. A great heads-up play to make that intercept and turns it into an unassisted go-ahead goal for 6 cents.
Vaporize was trying to get that goal for the past 3 games. He finally does, and that was off of a forced pass up to Hendry, who was leaving the zone with speed. He got way too ahead of himself, and Vaporize took that chance and put it home. They're up now late in the game.
Live by the home run play, die by the home run play. We've seen 3 goals coming off of home run plays by Entourage. 1 for them and 2 going the other way. They've got less than 3 minutes of game time left to try to tie things up and force OT. Bree with it, does not get to clear the puck out of the zone as Entourage continues to set up with 2 minutes left. They've got 3, now 2, down low beneath the goal line. Puck played towards the right side boards, well kept in by Reg. Reg setting up, final minute of play. This is real time, final minute. Shot taken, goes off of escape. Really well positioned by the defense for 6 cents, but the walk-in shot is a tie game. Entourage walking in. He didn't need an entourage. He was all and he scores to tie it up.
Fisher with the offensive pressure. The entire team was playing full forecheck, 5 men up, and they were able to tie the game here with less than a minute to go in the third period.
It is 2-2, and Entourage pressuring here in the final 45 seconds. Again, setting up down low, but it's taken away. Good intercept. Now Bree exits the zone, makes the spin. Now a centering feed. They've entered offensively. 33 seconds to go in regulation. Walking in, trying to get a shot like that of their own with 6 cents, but it's turned aside. Now moving the other way. Entourage with 24 seconds to go in regulation time. Can they get the go-ahead marker in regulation, or are we headed to OT? 16 seconds, the shot's turned aside. Great save by General from the sharp angle. Long pass, 12 seconds and 11. Centering feed by Bree is intercepted. Entourage trying to exit the zone with 6 seconds left. One more chance. Hendry pushed off the puck, and that will do it for regulation. Nick, my friend, we are going to overtime.
You know, it wouldn't be a hockey game calling it with you, especially in prime time, if we didn't go to overtime. This is where heroes are made, and I'm excited to see what these 2 teams do here in this first overtime period.
What an unbelievable series of events. Vaporize getting the go-ahead marker, and then with just about a minute to go the other way and have Fisher walk in along the goal line and force that puck in. That was just beautifully done and a really necessarily quick response goal.
Yeah, absolutely. When we talk about response, this is the key. Can the players that excel at this sport do what they do best, and that's respond under pressure? I think this is the closest thing you would get to, you know, next level moments in hockey on the ice. And since we don't have that right now, this is the story we have. We're tied up at 2, and it's overtime, my friend.
All right. I'm going to ask you for this. You got to pick a player for each side. Who are you watching for each of these teams in OT? This is the Butchie Overtime Challenge, basically, for this NACL game.
I expect Bree to step up and score one if they do for 6 cents. On the other side, Entourage knows my call very well when I say Hendry overtime winner. I've said it before. Will we see that again tonight?
So you're going for the left wings. I got Bree, and I'm going to go with Fisher again. He's fantastic in this contest. We'll see who gets it. Let us know in the chat who you got really quick. Who's your Butchie OT challenge pick for this NACL game? He's not with us. This is Drew Goldfarb, Nick DeMeo with you. Here's Entourage with some pressure. Puck is loose in front, and a really good job by the defense to get that out. Good positioning by General in goal. Opportunity now for 6 cents. This is Bree. Both of our picks for the OT winner if it goes 6 cents' way. Plays it around the boards up to the D. Centering feed. It's in the slot. Nice little between the legs pass, but it's taken away by Entourage, and they will now clear the zone.
High action so far.
Been fantastic. There's Hendry. He's your pick. There's a nice little steal. Very well defended by Sense. Neither side trying to give up that scoring chance. General and Shekel going to have to stand tall in this overtime period, but their defense is trying to keep the pucks as far away from them as possible. Here's an opportunity as Fogg tries to get it back. Deep pass. Long shot actually from the point. Ends up turned aside. Shekel tested perhaps for the first time in this period. Here's an opportunity for Entourage now as they enter the zone, but they lose the puck, and it's taken behind by the D for 6 cents, and they will play it back out to center, where it's picked up by George. Played on ahead to CJ. Bumped off the puck a couple times, and now they are offside. That was just a difficult spot on the ice to get pinned up against the boards. Not really a lot that you can do if you're in the offensive zone pinned up against the wall like that.
No, and going back to what happened in the play initially there, Dupes, big heads up to fight for the puck, a bunch of stick lifts to get that puck and regain control.
Long shot turned aside, but the rebound was there and thrown perhaps off the side of the cage by Hendry. And now 6 cents moving up the other way. They're trying to get an offensive chance here. Bree with it. Circling on the right faceoff dot. Now on the left one. Takes the shot, goes off a couple of defenders in front. Bree trying to chase down with the steal. Down low, the shot. Turned aside by Shekel as John Bree had a huge opportunity down low, and just unbelievable job by Shekel to stand tall and to not commit too early.
That's why I consider Shekel the #1 goalie in this game, and there's your reason right there.
Entourage with the tie-up in the defensive zone faceoff allows them to zone of the puck halfway through this first overtime period. 6 cents re-enters the offensive zone. Here's Bree. One-time feed towards the slot. Well defended by George. Got the stick in the lane there to make sure that shot attempt could not get off without a hitch. Here comes 6 cents. Another rush. Another chance. That one's thrown off the side of the cage. Entourage moving up with it. Hendry. Long pass. Fisher with it. Drops it back. Entourage setting up that cross-ice pass. And now a chance the other way. Here comes Bree. Stops. Passes. The puck was poked away by Entourage. Great defense going back the other way. Reg, now it's a couple passes and Fisher with it. Leaves it back for Reg as he takes the shot. It gets deflected towards Hendry. Takes a shot off the side, or perhaps the boards rather, behind the net. Opportunity for Fisher. Leaves for Hendry. Whips and fires the shot, but a really nice save is made by General, and he hangs on with 5:54 to go in this overtime period. Anything surprising you so far in this OT?
The amount of action is surprising. I thought teams would be a little bit more timid and kind of play to their strengths, but they have opened up the game so far.
Entourage, the shot goes just wide of the blocker. Good opportunity for Reg, but General was in position and forced the shot to go wide. Entourage moving around in their own end. Skating with it is Hendry, and he ends up sending it in deep. Gets it back, takes the shot off the side of the net, and General will pounce on it and cover for the whistle with 3:57 to go in this OT period.
As you saw there in the 2 plays before that, they're trying to feed Hendry from that slot, from the circle at least, excuse me. And so far, post 2 times.
See if they go for the set play here off the faceoff, but instead it's won by 6 cents anyway, so it didn't matter, but a nice made by Entourage for the moment. 6 cents now, moving up the other way. Bree with it. He's been fantastic generating opportunities in this overtime period. Bree backhands it in deep. That's Reap. Didn't mean for that to rhyme, but it works. One-time feed, D-to-D pass. Another opportunity, and it's sent wide by Reap. In deep with it is Dukes, the defenseman. He gets bumped off the puck. Good job of recovering by Fogg to make sure that we did not have an odd man rush go away. Here goes Entourage. They're entering the zone. Hendry with it, plays it back to the defenseman. Shot gets blocked by a teammate of his, but CJ managed to get it in deep again, only for 6 cents to move out with it. Here comes 6 cents. Nice little spin move. Kept in deep, and then that pass by Reap ends up banking off of the boards and goes all the way down. 6 cents will recover. Final minute 24 of this overtime period. Reap drops it back to the defenseman. Huge hit, but picked up. Now Reap takes the shot. Turned aside. The rebound was loose, but Shekel has a really good job by the defenseman. I want to point that out. A great job of standing between any potential attackers and the goaltender to allow him to recover and cover the puck.
Almost to his danger, though, as he almost poked it into his own net, but thankfully Shekel able to make the save.
It's happened to me one too many times. Well, 20 too many times while playing this game. Loose puck in front, and it's in! Entourage with the quick rush the other way off the defensive zone face-off win, and that is your overtime winner as Entourage comes away with the lightning fast 190-foot skate and the goal to win 3-2 in overtime.
Fisher with the big goal there, forcing that one into the net. Overtime hero indeed. And this is why Entourage is so dangerous.
Not going to say who called that, but you know who it was. That was a beautiful, a nice little front. General did all he could, but Entourage was there and made the big play late in OT to pick up that win. What an unbelievable close to that game for Entourage, because it wasn't just an overtime winner. They had to tie it in the final moments of regulation just to get to overtime.
They brought it all home, and the sauce was most superb on that pass to bring that one home. For Team Entourage, they go 10-2-1 now on the season. 6 cents 9-3-1, but we have one more game coming up for you this evening, don't we, Drew?
Oh, we do. These teams going at it one more time. And wow, that first game, if that was any indication, we're going to be with game 2, because we have seen some incredible hockey tonight. It just gets better and better as the games have gone on. Just the way these games have been played, been fantastic. So if you're Entourage, now you're building off of a third period comeback and an overtime winner. They scored with 52 seconds left in the game to tie it up, to force OT. Then they score late in OT, just a minute 8 left to play in the overtime period. So what are you doing if you're Entourage? I mean, you just got to be riding high at this point.
I think Entourage is giving a bunch of stick taps to Shekel. Shekel is the reason that they won that game, at least to give them the chance to make the big save to get them to win the game. Big one-on-one save, and it generated a chance going the other way. That was huge. I think other than that, you do what you're doing. I mean, they won the game for a reason. They played clean hockey all the way throughout. 6 cents, same thing there. They did not make many mistakes either, and I expect this next one to kind of go either way. Can 6 cents control the speed and the transition play of Entourage? And can Entourage deal with the offensive flurry from 6 cents? Those are the two stories for this game. We'll have to see which one remains victor and which one falls by the wayside.
Pointing out the final shot on goal official totals for that game, Entourage had 16, which is, I know we went to overtime, but that's still a pretty high number, and 11 for 6 cents. So they did capitalize on the chances they got. We do know, obviously, there's a lot of shots that don't get registered either because they go off the side of the net or they're walked in. But a really good job in that game by both goaltenders. General playing really strong too, because 13 saves in a contest against a team like Entourage is a lot to ask of a goalie.
13 saves definitely is a lot, and especially in this game, as we talked about, you get a lot more chances than that you do have to make the saves for. So where does it go from here? I don't know. Shekel is riding high. I don't think you change anything that you have to do on that side. I think on the other side for 6 cents, you just have to find a way to get back a little bit more, not give up those transition plays. But on the other hand, they were able to take one of those risks, turn it into a reward, and benefit from that. So I don't know where the balance is on that for 6 cents. I think they just have to play their game.
I just want to keep seeing these home run plays, because that was unbelievable, because it was from both sides, just those attempts at those blue line to breakaway passes. were incredible, or even inside the blue line to breakaway passes away. And it resulted in at least a majority of the goals that we saw in that game for either side. The way these teams play is just it's incredibly exciting individually, and seeing them go head to head with the way their styles they mesh in a way that for anyone who's watching is incredibly entertaining.
You know, sometime for a while, NHL 18, NHL 19, a lot of people kind of looked down on NHL esports because they felt like all the styles were the same. You did the same thing and you got the same result. Here in NHL 20, I think that's opened up a little bit, at least from what I've seen so far in the seasons that I've called. We see allowance for different styles of play to generate those chances, to generate scoring opportunities and goals. It's not all the same, you know, throw it on net, hope for a garbage, poke it in, goal. It's not the same one-time shot goal. You're seeing different styles of play, and I think you're seeing about 3 of them here tonight with the 3 different teams that we've seen.
Those throw it on net, look for that poke it in garbage goal hits way too close. Just the amount of games I've lost over the years with these NHL games online in the previous years, way too high. That would go back into the whole, like, you know, the time my little brother started beating me in video games the first time. But yeah, that it's interesting to be able to see an actual variety of playing styles work, where it's not just the same. I mean, for years, the go-to for me was always just the skate in, stop, turn around, and go across the top of the circles. And it worked that always worked. You could put up 20 goals that way. But because there was nothing a goalie could realistically do, at least in the normal playings of the game. It's an interesting thing to see when they've developed it to the point that where 6v6 becomes not just, okay, who can do the best? It becomes which team is the best. And that's kind of what you're seeing, because they can implement their own strategies, their own methods of playing, their own attempts at scoring goals. And it's really impressive.
Yeah, it definitely is. And 2 notes here to that point. I think that's why 6v6 is the answer. No AI in element at all allowed. You can't cheat out the goalie. The second note here, while they were searching for a game, you have to enter a code to find each other in the game. Entourage made the code FISH to remind the other team who scored the game winner.
So not just the trash talking ahead of time when we ask the players what they want to do, what they want to talk about, but a little bit of trash talking here as we get set for game number 2 at another very bright arena here between Entourage and 6th Sense. Entourage now the team in black, 6th Sense the team that will be wearing white for this contest. As we have seen, game is underway, and I'm going to let you call it for just 1 second because I think my screen is slightly behind, so I'm going to tip it off to you for a second here.
Appreciate that, Drew. Thank you. And anyone's watched me before knows we're here. Nick DeMeo here, F5 Penguin, alongside Drew Goldfarb. We're here in the second matchup tonight between these 2 teams, Entourage and 6th Sense. Entourage, of course, being the home tonight, going north on your screen. Shot on Shekel, able to hold on to that one for the quick save after quick entry into the zone. Just over a minute to play so far here in the first period, the opening period. Face off to the right of Shekel, pushed and won back to the defense for 6th Sense, holding now left circle. Out at the top now, Dupe sending it around the boards, intercepted by Regs. He's picking it up and leading the charge for his team. Entourage pass up to Fisher. Fisher met at the blue line quickly. Now we got a breakaway going back the other way. Regs back there, big save by Shekel, still there, loose though behind the net. And the team able to regroup is Entourage. Drew, I see you're there.
Yeah, they're finally moving the other way, and I'm finally there with you. I was about 20 seconds behind up until that point, so I appreciate the call there.
I got your back.
Here comes 6th Sense moving the other way. John Bree with it, setting up in that circle, as we've seen him do quite a few times tonight. But Entourage has also seen him try that, and they steal it right back away. 14 minutes left in period number 1 as they dump it in cross ice, but they are offside. So, an interesting start here to period number 1 from what I've been able to see, including seeing a bit of an ad before I can actually get back into the game here, hitting the refresh button. So, but another really interesting start between these 2.
Yep, and you saw that cross ice dump again. They're trying to beat them with speed on the wings, and that's the call out we made at the beginning of the series.
It is an interesting and one of those unique strategies that we've been talking about as well, because dumping and chasing does not typically work. But when you have a team that's built to be able to do those chase-ins, and when you have the ability to also communicate and stay on side for those cross-ice dump-ins, that is a really big advantage if you can actually make those work. because it's a very unique thing. Here's an opportunity for 6 Cents, but that shot gets blocked by quite a few bodies in front. And now it's taken by Entourage in the corner, stolen right back. The puck is loose, and now Entourage will skate it out of the zone. George making the pass, and now back towards Reg as he makes the bank pass off the boards towards Fisher. And now CJ with it as he'll try to reset right around that center ice faceoff dot. Crosses the blue line, but gets bumped off the puck, and 6 Cents will move it in. Only to be bumped off the puck themselves. Here comes Entourage the other way. Puck in deep. Can Entourage get something going? Where is it? The puck loose. Can they cover it up? They will. And they get a whistle as General manages to find it and cover it for a whistle here in the first period.
Big call out here. You'll see it a couple times so far in the series up to this point. The behind the net, throw it into the front. That's what won them a championship. And they're trying to do that again here. That's their play. And the defense has to make those saves and cover that man who skirts out across the ice for that quick one-timer right in the crease. They do have success with that.
Entourage at the beginning of that play was really aggressive on that forecheck, and here now a nice little steal, maybe setting something up, only for 6 Cents to steal it right back. Nice pass up. 6 Cents can't really hold the zone. Is a really good opportune time for that pin up against the boards. Forces a loose puck to come out of the zone. Entourage gets it in deep, but 6 Cents recovers and will skate it out with 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go in period number 1. Battle for it basically between the face-off circles. Entourage takes it away. Huge body check delivered by 6 Cents right along the boards. I could feel that one. Here comes Entourage, an opportunity, but it gets forced wide. Maybe a wraparound chance. A loose puck, and it's poked in. CJ was in good position for Entourage, and that is the goal to get us started here in this contest.
Hendry able to stay with the puck, even though the play got forced wide. He was able to cause some chaos from behind the net. CJ puts one home, and him making his mark here in the game tonight, that's got to feel good for him, knowing that he's subbing in for Jay Claus.
And it's interesting because it basically ended up, that goal comes off of a forced forehand wraparound attempt, which usually is just someone trying to get that short side quick wrist shot on goal. But what ended up being perhaps not exactly the animation they were looking for turns out to be a rebound generating opportunity that turns into a goal, and it's 1-0 Entourage. Long shot for Entourage is turned aside as George had the chance from right in front of the 6 Cents bench. And now 6 Cents moving the other way. Nice board pin again by Entourage just inside the blue line. They've been utilizing that quite a bit as here's a quick turnover though. Time feed, and it deflects in. 6 Cents picks up the goal. Who else but John Bree picking up the goal on the one-timer?
John Bree all over the ice tonight. This one is no exception. Look at the replay here. One-time shot goal from top of the circle. That's a clapper, Drew.
Unbelievable effort and that beautiful pass. What a shot. He was just in perfect position and not very much that could be done by Shekel to do anything when you have a beautiful pass and shot like that.
That was a great response by 6 Cents there to keep themselves in this game.
Off the face-off, 6 Cents with it. Final minute of period number 1. Collision in the neutral zone. Entourage maybe trying to get that lead back before we start the second period, but that loose puck will go up against the boards, and a nice little pin, and that will do it for... No, quick chance. I was wrapping things up a little early. We had one last chance, but that shot ended up going wide, and that is the end of the first period. What did you see in the frame?
What I saw there was a little bit of what I saw before. Big speed, big chance, big opportunities, and that led to a goal on both sides there. The puck control from 6 Cents obviously going to work here from the great dish there from Fogg. Wow, that was a great shot. Great goal from 6 Cents. On the other side, Entourage doing what they do and getting behind the net, throwing chances in front, trying to get those goals, loose pucks, picking them up, putting them home from the chaos they generate from the speed. So on both sides of the ice, great chances, and we got ourselves one heck of a game here as we get into the second period. Nick DeMeo, Drew Goldfarb here, twitch.tv/NHL Gamer. We are here in our last game of the matchups tonight in the prime time for the NACL. As the faceoff is won by 6 Cents, taking down the right side now. Holding with it is Bree. Out behind the net, up to the point there. Half boards working back down low. That was Vaporized getting poked off of it. Bree back with the puck and back to Vape. Shooting one, misses the net left of Shekel. 6 Cents able to keep it in. Kick save to the right. And it's back with the team now, and they're buzzing. Holding
really
now
good.
At the left point.
Really good early offensive chance here in the second period by 6 Cents. And here's another loose puck as that one ends up in the corner. Whew, they're coming out relentless as they picked up that big marker to close out the first period. Here's another shot, ends up going towards the slot where it's batted down, and Entourage will skate it out. Six Cents dumping it in, trying to maybe take a page from Entourage's playbook. They fake the steal in the offensive zone. Here's a chance. That puck, the shot chance there, really well defended. So that one just lost all of its momentum after being shot. Ends up just going a little bit wide. John Bree with it. Gets it down low, but it's taken away by Entourage. Good job holding it in. Another chance, and they score! 6 Cents picking up another goal off of a steal and a great hold in as reaps what he sows there. Nice little steal turning into a goal, and this is now a 6 Cents lead.
Reap right there. Great awareness to keep the play going. Puts one home, and that's a team effort there to keep the puck in the zone. That was going to be flipped out. It looked like Fisher was going to have that puck at the blue line and just go with it, but 6 Cents able to keep it in and get the goal as a result of it.
Good job to just quickly flick it on net. Knew that he did not have the speed. There was fog. Just to try to get something going. Some huge body checks that we have seen in this contest. Unreal.
I'm
just
hurting.
Constant. There's another one. Here comes 6 Cents, perhaps breaking in. Nice little spin move by Fog to keep away. Puck down low. Bree takes the shot. The backhand is turned aside. Bree still with it. He takes the shot, and he scores! Another goal for 6 Cents, and it's now a 3-1 game.
Quick back-to-back goals by 6 Cents, and now they are taking charge in the game. Wow.
Woo. A beautiful setup. Just what we have seen from 6 Cents in these last few minutes is just constant pressure and constant team effort. It's forcing turnovers, it's making steals, it's pressure. And there, Shekel just got caught trying to go side to side. I think maybe he was reading that as a one-timer.
I think he was expecting the one-timer. I don't know if they're going to pull up the replay, but yeah, it looked like the one-timer was coming. That's 3 unanswered goals for 6 Cents now.
Unbelievable. After Entourage jumped out to that 1-0 lead, yeah, 3 consecutive goals scored by 6 Cents against this team is unreal to see that. That is, and we've seen now 2 in 3 minutes of game time. That is incredible. Yeah, you see that there. Just unbelievable play by 6 Cents. I don't know what they were talking about in the locker room in between periods there, but holy cow, they have been outstanding so far in this frame.
They have, and it looked like the defense there laid down to try to block that cross crease. Shekel could have stayed post side. He did not. He came off of there, and now they're down by 2 midway through the second period.
And Entourage offside. As, man, we are at a position where 6 Cents just has all of the energy in this game. The energy's been sucked from this building, from Entourage's building here.
It is quiet.
6 Cents with the win off of the faceoff. They will get it into the offensive zone, but it's taken there by Entourage and played out. Entourage has to touch back up onside, and now they get onside and get the puck in. That was George chipping it in. One-time feed towards the slot. Great glove save is made by, and he will hang on with 8:11 to go in the frame.
One thing I don't want to see from Entourage right now is quiet inside their party chat. They've got to talk, got to get activated, and get the team going.
That pass was just a little bit of miscommunication there, and now 6 Cents with possession. That's Bree in the offensive zone. Makes the feed. Up to the defense. D-to-D pass. The long shot is kicked aside by the right leg of Shekel. Bree scoops it up. He's pinned up against the boards in the corner, and that allows Entourage to clear the zone. Skating with it is CJ. Gets it in deep. Down for Hendry, but it's just behind him. He was trying to get some more centering feed by Hendry off the steal, and it's taken away by 6 Cents. Collision in the neutral zone. Hendry initiating, forcing the turnover, and then skating in just offside with 4:52 to go in period number 2. Kind of surprising when you see those hitting numbers that just flashed up there. 14-6 in favor of 6 cents. I don't know if they turned it up since Entourage was really heavy in the checking in the first period, but there is a quick goal. As I'm talking about the hits, speaking of the hits, Fisher just keeps on going with them as he picks up a goal, and suddenly it's 3-2.
You know what it looked like there? General was expecting them to come back like they always do with that set play back to the right side. Fisher did not do that and instead tested the goalie's awareness to go across the puck, across the net to the other side of the post. He did not get there in time. And you can see even Vaporize not able to get to that post. He left that side open, and now they're only down by 1.
That quick wrap and backhand tuck. He was not only beating the goalie's reaction time, but also the broadcaster's reaction time, because by the time I could blink, that puck was in. Beautifully done, and it's now a 1-goal game in the final moments here of the second period. And that is going to be a trip and a power play for Entourage as things have swung way back the other way.
We look at power play. This team does do well on the power play when they get their opportunities, as long as they can get into the zone. But expect 6 cents to try to Omaha their way out of this one and go on the counter.
Well defended so far as they won the defensive zone draw. Now setting up is Entourage. Getting in down low. The backhander on goal is turned. Really good chance by Reg stepping up in the play, but it is covered up by General.
Smart play by Regs there to stay on the short side. See if General, I'm sorry, was going to go across again because of the previous goal. He did not and made the good save.
Tie up off the draw by Entourage to win the faceoff, but neither of the wings stepped in, at least not as quickly as 6 cents. That allowed them to clear the zone. Final 2 minutes of the second period, final 45 seconds of this man advantage for Entourage, and we'll see if they can do anything with the time they've got left. They've established the zone. Opportunity from the high slot. Drop pass over for Fisher. Over the D to D pass. Stepping up. Fisher down low. His shot deflects off of a player in front, and they clear the zone to kill off the rest of the power play. Nice collision and a steal. Final 35 seconds of period number 2. Playing it back up and now trying to get it in is 6 cents. Final moments of period number 2. Entourage with it, and they're just going to waste down the final moments here. Maybe try to get one quick shot, but they're offside, and then they throw a shot on goal. An interesting play there. Perhaps a little bit of frustration at himself for being just barely offside on that one.
Getting a little bit chippy here late in the second period as we close out the period. And Entourage is going to have to regroup here, see if they can get one more goal quickly. I don't think they want to take this down late in the game.
Although we saw them do it just a few minutes ago, about 30 game 1. An unbelievable game, period number 2 for this contest. An unbelievable game 2 that it is chalked up to be so far. What have you noticed? What are you expecting? You're talking about Entourage trying to come out quick in the third period to try and make sure that there is no doubt that this game is at least going to be tied in the late stages. If you're 6 cents, are you trying to be aggressive? Are you already at the start of the third period trying to ease up a bit? What kind of strategy are you taking with the 3-2 lead?
What I've seen from 6 cents that period, especially with the 3 unanswered goals that they did have, was every time they had the puck and they saw a hole, a mistake, an opportunity to strike, they did it and they were successful. On the other side, Entourage is throwing everything they have right now at 6 cents, and so far it's not netted them the most amount of results, but has netted them in results that have led to them only being down by 1 goal going into the third period. They do have a chance in this game. They are not out of it in the slightest. However, 6 cents does have control right now, and it looks like Entourage is more or less reacting to what 6 cents is giving them, and 6 cents is kind of playing a little bit more of a controlled style of play.
It will be interesting to see if they can take that control away, and you want to make sure that you're not the team that's on your heels. That's kind of what you're talking about, is you want to be the team that is the aggressor, especially if you're down 3-2. But here comes 6 cents with some pressure to open up period number 3. That is Bree down behind, looking to set something up. His feed was deflected towards the left side boards, and Entourage will now clear the zone. That pass ends up being intercepted at the opposing blue line by 6 cents. They will spin around and get it into the zone, only to be taken away by Entourage. Trying to establish offensive zone presence. Sixth Sense has done that once so far in this third period, as Bree, helping out with that back check, make sure that Entourage is unable to establish offensive zone presence in this third period. And here comes a chance for Bree. Drop pass, turned aside on the shot from Fog. Puck still in deep. Entourage spinning around with it is Regs. He'll clear it out and play it up for Hendry, who will do that cross-ice dump. But well read and well played by Sixth Sense, and that allows Bree to play it up and start it ahead. Sixth Sense, they've set things up in the offensive zone. Can they do anything here? Reap plays it back down low for Fog, played up towards the defenseman. Good job holding it in by Dupes, and he chips it in deep. Battle for it along the boards. Entourage comes away with it, and they now will try to set things up, and they do. Skated out of the zone with 13:05 to go in period number 3. But again, they turn it over. They cannot get an offensive zone set up in this third period. Sixth Sense has done a great job of making sure of that so far.
Yeah, a lot of bumps here, getting them off the puck real quick, going back the other way, quick on the transition. And that's happening on both teams. But right now, Sixth Sense having the most success with that strategy.
Sixth Sense was offside on the play, so with 11:46 to go, a neutral zone off. Tie up and won by Sixth Sense. They will play it back and now start it on ahead. Loose puck scooped up by Reap. Enters the zone, trying to play some keep away. Reap along the boards, gets it in deep. That's Bree. Down low, banks it off the boards. Bree was trying to center himself momentarily. Doing a nice job of like almost a cycle moving there by those players for Sixth Sense. Entourage, the cross-ice dump in, almost batted away. But now finally Entourage with a chance in the offensive zone they've set up. And a great pressure and steal by Fog from Sixth Sense to take it away. Bree leaves it up to the defenseman, played back and now to Bree, but he gets pushed off the puck. And Sixth Sense is back on defense. Ooh, rushing in a little bit quick was Hendry. That made sure that they had to slow down the play and reset. And that allows Sixth Sense once again to take the puck away in the neutral zone. Long shot goes high and off the glass. Bree down low. Good pocket pick by CJ as that starts it the other way. Really heads up play by the centerman. Entourage finally with the puck in deep, but only momentarily. They finally take it back. Here's a chance. Centering feed. That one-timer. That shot was deflected. I don't know that it got on goal, but Fisher had the chance. Bree with it. Final 5 minutes. It is a 3-2 game. Sixth Sense on top of Entourage in the closing minutes of regulation. Entourage has already had one game-tying goal in the closing minutes. Can we see another one in this doubleheader? Centering feed. That was intended for Hendry, but it's taken away. Moving up with it is Sixth Sense. Bree tried to back into the zone, but had it taken away really well by Regs. Final 3 minutes. As Entourage unable to hold the zone, Bree plays it out. And now up. Fog loses possession. D-to-D passing for Entourage. Pushed in, and General will kick it and stop it and cover it with 1:45 to go in this third period. And this is once again a one-goal game in the final 2.
Definitely a smart move there by Entourage to throw the puck in, hold on for the face-off to get possession, and hope for another chance.
That one-timer was turned aside as Hendry had the chance for Stamkos' final minute. On the rush is Sixth Sense. Bree backhands it towards the net off the side of the cage. Here comes Entourage starting up with it. Final 50 seconds. Nice little spin move by George. Just trying to get his teammates an opportunity to get some speed and move up. And a power play for Entourage. But here with 45.5 seconds to go, is that a bit of an advantage for Sixth Sense? They can now ice the puck all they want without an icing.
They can ice the puck, but they for Entourage, they also get a full real-time minute here, or 45 seconds, to do something with the puck on this power play.
Bank pass was intercepted by Sixth Sense and then taken right back by Entourage. In the corner with it is George. He's held up and will end up recovering the puck. 30 seconds to go. From behind the net, Hendry may have been looking for that backhand wraparound, but Sixth Sense will send the puck all the way down. Final 20 seconds. Does Entourage have another game-tying goal in them? Huge hit right along the boards. And we are now down to 13 seconds and 12. Centering feed intercepted. Sixth Sense will send the puck all the way down. 7 seconds left. It is going to have to be quick. Maybe one more shot on goal. An opportunity for Entourage. No, as the puck goes towards the boards. And 6 Cents picks up the regulation win over Entourage. 3-2. And breathe.
And scene. Oh man, that is one heck of an ending to the game. Entourage, unfortunately, lightning did not strike twice for them. As we look at this goal from Reap to break the tie of the game, that was the third of the 3 unanswered goals, and that was enough to keep Entourage at bay. They absorbed the flurry, the speed of Entourage, and were able to hang on and get the win and split the series as we get back here in the studio, or studios rather, Drew.
Yeah, that was, Nick, an unbelievable doubleheader. And if you're 6 Cents and you go into that and you're going to come away with an overtime loss and a win, that's pretty solid against a team like Entourage.
Yeah, that's definitely a success, at least in my book. You can walk away with 3 of the 4 points. For Entourage, they prove that they still got it. Like, yes, you lost by 1 goal in 1 game, but you were able to keep up the pace with what was probably the best team. They had 2 games in hand against the rest of the teams here. They were a force to be reckoned with. Obviously, both teams didn't have their star center here in the games tonight, but that doesn't change the fact that we saw a great matchup, and no team should walk away with their head hung low in this matchup tonight.
I mean, Entourage, too, in that first game, I mean, it was like shades of US and Canada in the gold medal game in 2010, where the late third period game time goal, and then the equivalent of Sidney Crosby for Entourage just walking in and making the overtime marker to win it. That was unreal. And then for 6 Cents on the other side, I mean, this is it's an outstanding performance. What we saw from them in the 4 games that we saw, we kind of saw them in a bunch of different situations. They played from ahead, they played from behind, they played in overtime, and they unsuccessfully and successfully held off a final 2-minute real heavy push to hold on to a 1-goal game. That's an impressive performance. I'm really, I wish there was another word for it. I'm really impressed with what I saw with 6 Cents.
Definitely 6 Cents able to kind of hang on and figure out what was happening. And it looked like later into the game, they took control of the game. Entourage stopped going for those home run plays you alluded to earlier that led them to that first goal that turned the tide of the game. And they kind of got away from their game, at least in that aspect. 6 Cents able to pick up on that and take advantage. And I think that was the turning point into this game to keep them ahead and give them the win for the night.
Drew Goldfarb, Nick DeMeo, we thank you so much for joining us with this call here on twitch.tv/NHL Gamer. It has been an exciting night. This was my first time doing the call, and is every broadcast like this? I mean, is it all 2-1, 3-2 overtime games? Is that just the norm? Because this is unbelievable.
You know, I've called a couple of really close games in really crucial times, like the one you saw tonight, though several you saw tonight. There's been some blowouts. There's also been some, 5-3, 5-2. It just depends on the teams that you actually get. And when we talk about the North American Championship League, we talk about the best 6s, I think, that exist. Entourage is just an amazing team. 6 Cents, there's veterans sitting back there. If you've played the game a long time, I don't think hockey, NHL esports is one where the older you get, the slower you get. I think you get a feel for the game. It slows down for you, even virtually. And you see that with the talent you saw tonight.
Any idea you want to give a 3 stars of night of broadcasting? Do you want to give a star for each team? Do you want to go through and pick one?
Great question. Let's do a star from each team. I think that works out the best. And if we go to Montage Moment, I think the star of that game would definitely have to be SKB. He stood on his head and kept Montage Moment in at crucial times throughout the course of their 2 games against 6 Cents. If I'm looking at Entourage, I'm looking at probably that's a tough one. Probably Fisher for the hero of that game there. Yeah, the OT winner. And then over on the other side for 6 Cents, probably Bree, being able to just be an offensive firehouse for the entirety of the 4 games we saw.
Yeah, I have no issues with any of those. Bree was fantastic at not just capitalizing on scoring, but he basically was a huge part of just anything they generated in the offensive zone. Bree was a huge part of that all night. He had the goal on the penalty shot in the first half of our doubleheader of doubleheaders. It was fantastic. And yeah, I mean, when you have an overtime game winner and you're playing in 2 games, as Fisher did, it's hard to go with anybody else. Shekel gets an honorable mention for me with that. He did play really well, especially in that first game. I thought that was
Definitely
a really good performance. But yeah, and then when you're going to the other side, it's got to be SKB. When you're gonna say smelly kick butt in a live broadcast, it's got to be for good measure or for good reason. And I mean, he did everything that he could. That was a fantastic performance in both of those games by him. So yeah, I think that's. I agree with you across the board on that. I think that was really, really, really strong. Hendry did play very well as well for Entourage. I didn't know that he was your overtime pick, and I'm not just bringing that back up to say that I had the correct pick for the overtime winner.
First time luck.
In our hashtag not Butchie's overtime challenge. But yeah, that was a lot of fun, and really, really talented teams. All 3 goalies really played well in this whole series. General had some really strong games, and especially when you can hold off a team like Entourage at the end there. His defense did a great job in that last game of keeping the pucks away from him, but he still had to make some really big key saves in the final minutes, and he came up huge.
Definitely, and not to take away from the talk of the game and the conversation around it, but big shout out to Nasher, first and foremost, for the Twitch host. He brought a bunch of his viewers over to us. We do appreciate that, Mr. Nasher himself. Thank you for your support, and thank you for, and I want to say this, I want to take the platform here for just a moment, if I may, Drew, and give him a shout out for helping out grow the league. We look at a lot of other organizations, and there's not a camaraderie that really exists, and I think that's really nice about NACL. Nasher was able to put the league first and really help us out at a crucial time to allow this broadcast to take place. So I want to tip my hat to him for allowing that to happen and partnering up with the organizers of this league and giving us a platform to be able to call this game with you, Drew.
Absolutely. It was an absolute blast. Pleasure to be with you here, Nick, on this broadcast. It was my first, and hopefully you guys will have me back for a couple more, because that was a lot of fun. That was a blast. Especially
I don't want to call any other games without you, sir.
I appreciate that. I same goes for me with you. This has been a lot of fun. My dog's been scratching at the door to my home studio for the last hour. I've been able to hear her over my headphones as she's been crying, but I'll give her a treat and take her for a run, and she'll be completely happy. So, and thank you everybody in the comments for not spoiling night 2 of WrestleMania for me either. That was a big thing, because I brought that up early. And if you do that now, well, then I take it all back. But so, it's been a ton of fun. Anything else that you want to add, I guess, before we wrap things up tonight?
I just want to thank everybody. I know I've been out of sight, but not out of mind. A lot of love from the chat about having me back. It's good to be here. I love being here. And honestly, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. It was an honor and a privilege to be able to call a game with you, Drew, or several games rather. And I really look forward to doing this again with you.
Absolutely. Pleasure is all mine, Nick. Thank you so much for joining us here on twitch.tv. Make sure you join us next time around as well. The NAC. Absolutely exciting hockey. And hey, if I'm the one who's bringing all this exciting hockey, I'll be back, and it'll be like this. I mean, it's been like that 100% of the games I've called. They've all been crazy 100%. Good, crazy competitive, 100%, perfect save percentage, batting average, whatever you want to call it. It's hockey, so I guess save percentage, shooting percentage would be the most accurate.
Shoot the field goals.
Exactly, and it's a home run. Yeah, we'll be back with plenty more of this. Thank you so much for watching us. Check it out, NHLgamer.com as well for more on the NACL. This has been twitch.tv/NHLgamer. I'm Drew Goldfarb. He is Nick DeMeo. I got that right. I told you I would. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.